presented by Reynolds Body Shop and XRBRadio.com, the voice of Hendricks County. Avon Oriole football is on the air. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Reynolds Body Shop, McDonald's, ABC Roofing, and Sullivan's Tire Plus. Avon Varsity Football is an AudioSportsOnline.com production. Now let's head out to the stadium and join Doug Edens, Coach Dave Shelbourne, and calling tonight's game, here's Brian Scott. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Avon Oriole Football pregame show. My name is Brian Scott. The 2012 IHSAA football season kicks off tonight in just about 15 minutes or so as the Hamilton Southeastern Royals make their way into Oriole Stadium to take on Avon in the season opener. Again, my name is Brian Scott. Joining me in just a little bit will be the coach, Dave Shelbourne, as we get this season underway tonight with a very tough opponent, Hamilton Southeastern. You might remember these two teams tangled last season. The only loss in the regular season for Avon. They would lose to HSE in the season opener and then run the table, taking a share of the HCC co-championship before finally falling to Ben Davis in the sectional championship. Don't forget that every Monday you can listen to the head coach of the Avon Orioles, Mark Bless, as he has the Mark Bless Coaches Show. That is on AudioSportsOnline.com. Robbie Kendall and Coach Bless talking about what happened last week, what's coming up this week, and what's going to happen with Avon Oriole football. We'll begin this pregame show as Coach Bless talks about what we all do during the offseason. He reviews what happened last year.
It was a fun season, enjoyable season to be part of. Our players really bought into what we were doing. We got out of the gates with a loss against Hamilton Southeastern, and that was difficult. We felt like we played well enough to win, but on the other hand, we played poorly enough to lose, which was the end result. Really liked the development we had between week one and week two. I think we came together as a team and strung together 9 solid wins to be part of the HCC championship. And as you mentioned, the sectional championship loss to Ben Davis was a difficult one because we felt like, once again, we played in phases well enough to win, but in the other phases, which absolutely caught up with us, poorly enough to lose. But we got to that point, and, it would have been nice to get over the hump and get another sectional championship victory, but hopefully we've learned a little bit from that loss, and we carry that over to this year.
After 2 seasons as the head coach of the Orioles, Coach Bless was asked if the team has progressed as far as he thought they might be in those 2 seasons.
Yeah, I would say so. Dealing with a larger coaching staff and more players out for football, there was a lot more managing skills that were needed on my part. Fortunately, we have a great staff put together. And, in those regards, it came together quicker probably than anticipated. And with the players, our first year, I thought about mid-season, the majority of our players had bought into our coaching style and what we wanted to get accomplished, which was more than just on-the-field activities. We want, a football family, so to speak. And I would say our second year that happened a lot sooner. So I think going in this year that we're full speed ahead right now.
After the loss to Ben Davis in the sectional championship, Coach Bless talked about how his team got right back on the horse in preparation for the 2012 season.
Probably a positive fact was that our players transitioned quickly. They got in the weight room the following week or two after that loss, and they were determined to get back going and worry about the new team. And as a staff and some of the activities that we do, the team-building activities, we kind of wait until after the new year starts, so the 1st of January. But I was real proud and pleased with the way our players got back after it in the weight room.
Some changes by the IHSAA and how teams can conduct summer practices, and a change in the Avon Community School Corporation schedule means that this summer has been quite a bit different compared to previous years as far as how the team has practiced during this summer. Coach Bless touches on some of those key points.
Well, this past summer, it was fast and furious. We went to the new balanced school calendar. which eliminated two-a-days for us, as well as our live-in camp. So we knew that going in, obviously, so we planned accordingly. And what we do in the summer was a little bit different from the years past because we had to do a little bit more. But basically, we lift 3 mornings a week and then do some type of running, conditioning, or speed and athletic training. And then 2 days a week in the evenings, we come back and for what we call football skills and drills, because by rule we can participate in helmet and shoulder pads. And in the past, we only went 1 day a week with that, so we doubled our reps in that regard. We do take our players to the IU team camp and get reps against other quality 5A programs in the area that go as well. And I believe we took 127 players, and we had 7 basically workouts in that setting. And that was very instrumental to the start of our summer, because actually it was the second week where we were able to install probably about 85% of our offense and our defense. So that really gives us a leg up. The month of June went by very quickly, and we were able to spend a lot of time doing what we need to do. The month of July, after moratorium, that first week back, we always have our youth camp that week, so that just adds something else in there besides lifting and trying to get our skills and drills in. And then the following week after youth camp is our high school team camp on our campus, and basically we went from 5 o'clock in the afternoon till 9 in the evening. So, you know, that was a lot on our players. But they handled everything very well throughout the summer. And then the last week of the summer is basically just lifting weights and conditioning with no football activities. And you know, we started school with our students August 1st, and that's probably a plus right now because we're in our routine now of, you know, how we do things throughout the season. Without 2 days, I don't think it really hurt us as bad because of what we can do all summer now. And maybe it's kept us a little fresher and a little more healthy. So really, when it's all said and done, we kind of liked what we did this year.
That was the off season. Now it's time to turn our attention to tonight's game, and we'll do that right after these messages. This is the Avon Oriole Football Pregame Show. Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole Football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. McDonald's is a proud supporter of Avon Brownsburg in Danville Athletics and is the home of the McDonald's-Hendricks County Sports Show, heard every Saturday morning on 1610 AM XRB and XRBradio.com. Be sure to join us beginning August 18th from 8 to 9 a.m. for the McDonald's-Hendricks County Sports Show with interviews of local coaches and student athletes. The show will be airing at the following locations. On August 18th, they'll be in Brownsburg on Main Street next to Marsh. On August 25th, at Avon at State Road 267 next to Kroger, and on September 1st in Danville on Main Street. The McDonald's in Avon, just off 267 and 36, invite you to join them for the grand reopening of their newly remodeled store. Be sure to join them on September the 8th at 2 p.m. for a special appearance by Ronald McDonald himself. In celebration of their reopening, there will be great $1 specials all day long, including the Cherry Berry Chiller. August 12th through 18th, all week long, stop by and enjoy a $1 Egg McMuffin and Big Mac. That's the grand reopening of the Avon McDonald's on 267 and 36. Welcome back to Orioles Stadium, where tonight the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Avon Orioles will kick off the 2012 football season. This is the Avon Football Pregame Show. We have new faces out on the field, as it happens every season, and Coach Bless talks about some of those new players that fans can expect to see this season.
Probably offensively, the one that people would notice the most would be our quarterback, Cole Johnson. Cole's a senior, and last year he started for us in the defensive secondary at safety. And, you know, he's got tremendous athletic ability, and that's why he was able to make the transition last year from quarterback to defensive back, and now we're asking him to make that transition back over to offense. Our running backs, you know, we lost a lot of people last year that were impact players, and our running backs are both stepping in and doing a nice job. One is Anthony Green, he's a junior, and Cody Baker, who is a senior, have both stepped up and shown that they've got some hope for us moving the ball on the ground. Receiving, we did lose our tight end, and Chad Skaggs, who is a junior, has stepped into that role right now, so we'll see how he develops. And then a couple guys up front on the offensive line, Angelo Allen, and Brian Hunt is one that will be rotating in, as well as Ryan Willis. On the defensive side of the ball, you know what? We've got some sophomores that are going to be able to contribute and help us out. One linebacker is Zach Williams, defensive lineman Joe Belden, Isaiah Robinson, a junior.
Once again, the Royals and the Orioles will start the 2012 season, and Coach Bless talks about how difficult it is to start with a strong team like Hamilton Southeastern.
Well, it's very difficult, because you don't know for sure how you're going to come out and play that first game. And unfortunately, we're 0-2 since, I've been here against Hamilton Southeastern. And, you would like to think that we're doing the right things to prepare our players. So, it's a difficult game. And like you said, a lot of times it's going to determine the outcome of the HCC. And we always want to be up at the top. So, hopefully we've learned a little bit from our lessons the last 2 years. And our players and our coaches are a little more geared up and ready for that game.
As we get ready for kickoff tonight, Coach Bless talks about what fans and the Orioles can expect when playing against Hamilton Southeastern.
Well, always a very fundamentally sound program, very well coached. They do things right, and if you make a mistake, they capitalize on it. And that's kind of what's happened the last 2 years. So we got to make sure we eliminate our mistakes because we know that they're very well capable of capitalizing on that. Good hard running attack. Defensively, you watch them on film, and they get all 11 guys to the football. They fly, they hustle, they play with great effort. So we know we're going to have to do a lot of things right to be able to get this game under our belt.
It was the head coach of the Avon Orioles, Mark Bless. And don't forget, every Monday evening, you can catch the Mark Bless Coaches Show podcast on audiosportsonline.com. Rob Kendall and Coach Bless, they'll talk about what happened last week, what's going to happen this week, and everything about Avon Oriole football. That's every Monday evening on audiosportsonline.com. We are moments away from kickoff between Avon and Hamilton Southeastern, and when we return, Dave Shelbourne, the former coach of the Avon Orioles, will join me as we get ready to kick off the 2012 season here at Oriole Stadium. This has been the Avon Football Pregame Show. Sullivan's Tire Plus is a proud supporter of Avon Oriole football on ASO, and they want to remind you that in order to receive a complete oil change for just $18.99, all you have to do is like them on Facebook. They have two locations, one in Danville and one at 8397 East US 36 in Avon. You can call them for all your automotive needs and questions at 317-272-5050 Monday through Saturday. Sullivan's Tire Plus, voted the best of Hendricks County for 3 years in a row. A proud supporter of Avon High School football on audiosportsonline.com, ABC Roofing Company is your local source for roofing, siding, gutters, insulation, and more. ABC Roofing has been serving Indy now for 38 years. ABC Roofing Company has received the Angie's List Super Service Award for an unprecedented 13 consecutive years. The ABC Roofing Company is also the area's only Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofing contractor, only one of 3 in the entire state of Indiana. They also offer a lifetime workmanship guarantee backed 100% by Owens Corning. ABC Roofing is located at 8499 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 317-228-9882 or check them out on the web at www.abcrfg.com. Welcome to Oriole Stadium. Alongside Doug Edens working the camera, and you will be hearing from him at halftime. The former coach of the Avon Orioles, Dave Shelbourne. My name's Brian Scott. Glad you could join us for Avon Oriole football tonight on audiosportsonline.com, xrbradio.com, and, of course, to all our friends watching via the Hendricks County Flyer, your county, your paper, the Hendricks County Flyer. Football season is upon us at last as we get ready to kick off this 2012 IHSAA football season, and you can't ask for one of the more marquee games in central Indiana tonight as the number 7 in Class 5A ranked Hamilton Southeastern Royals take on the number 9 ranked Avon Orioles in this season opening kickoff. And I bring in the coach, Dave Shelbourne. And Coach, doesn't matter every single year, this is what you've been waiting for.
Well, these are 2 top 10 rated teams year in and year out. Coaches on both teams are outstanding, and you've got enough key players back that both teams will be ready. But there's some key positions out here for both teams that we're going to have to take a look and see what's going on. And Southeastern's got the 2 running backs out and a brand new quarterback. Avon's coming back with their offensive line and a lot of key defenders, but they've got some new people in the backfield as well. Coach Bliss hit the nail on the head, I think, when he talked about mistakes. That usually what happens early in the season. Southeastern is usually a team that doesn't make many mistakes, and that's why I think they've come out on top here against Avon. My last couple of years and actually the last couple of years here as well. So Avon's going to have to play hard and error-free tonight. And
we will talk about the situation with Hamilton Southeastern and their running backs, but it will be Avon that will receive the football first. Connor Dahlke will be kicking away for Hamilton Southeastern. Back deep for the Orioles is Dahani Thomas and Jalen Edwards. The Orioles in the black, the Royals in the white. Sit back. We hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast of Avon Varsity Football on AudioSportsOnline.com. Dahlke gets the signal, runs up, puts a foot under it, and this game is underway as it will be tipped by Thomas. He'll take it at the 1. He'll go straight ahead to the 15, to the 20, 25, gets past one man, tries to get around the kicker, does so. He's going to be bottled up about the 30, tries to reverse his field, and he will finally brought down by Taylor Christensen, but a good start for the Orioles on a fine return.
Yeah, Dane Thomas is quick as can be, good, tough kid. He's one of those kids, if you see him in a hallway in school, you'd never guess he's a football player. But when he gets out here on the field, he's been a 3-year starter. He's a quality kid. He doesn't make mistakes, and he's a big-time hitter.
Avon Orioles will take the first snaps from offense in this season, and they'll be led by 6'2", 200-pound senior quarterback Cole Johnson making the start tonight. We'll give you the starting lineups for the Orioles in just a moment, as the Orioles will start this possession lining 3 wide to the near side, and they'll put Johnson in the shotgun. He will look over a 3-4 defense by Hamilton Southeastern right now and takes the snap, gives it to Green. Green looking for some room around that far side, breaks a tackle, and picks up some nice yardage up to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, good start. Avon, like I mentioned earlier, they've got a lot of their offensive linemen back. That's a real strength for them. Cole Johnson is a two-way threat. He's new at the quarterback spot, at least at the varsity level. But Cole can run. He's a tough kid. He's an excellent student, and everything I've heard about the preseason with Cole has been outstanding.
Be second down and 2 for Avon, as they will give him a gain of 8 on the play. Ball spotted at the 36. Johnson will stay in the shotgun. He will have Green just to his behind now. He'll swing a pass out here to the flats. Nice pickup as getting into the ball to Jalen Edwards' hands, and Edwards will have an Oriole first down. Let's quickly run down the Avon starting lineup. The offensive line is a lot of juniors and seniors. Ryan Willis, Zach Kaufman, Chase Alexander, Brian Hunt, and Angelo Allen. Those are your 5-down linemen. The tight ends is Chad Skaggs. Jalen Edwards, who just caught that pass, is the flanker. Matt Patustik, he is the split end. That fullback, Anthony Green, we have yet to see Cody Baker in at tailback. And as mentioned, the quarterback is Cole Johnson for the Orioles. They have it 1st and 10 at their 45-yard line, as once again Johnson stays in the shotgun. He will bring Edwards in motion, gives the ball to Edwards. Edwards on an end around. He will pick up about 4 yards and take it up to about just past the 48-yard line.
Actually, a couple of new wrinkles in the Avon offense this year. I think the fact that Cole Johnson is such a threat to run, they actually right now are playing without a fullback and playing with 3 wide receivers. Jalen Edwards is a sprinter and fast as can be. They went to a little jet sweep action with him there to see if they could get him outside. And right now it looks like they're trying to spread the Hamilton Southeastern defense out a little bit and see, if they can do something with that.
They will keep Johnson in the shotgun, lining 2 wide receivers to the near side. Johnson low snap, but gets it, rolls to the near side, looks downfield. Now he'll keep it into Royal territory, and he will have an Avon first down at the Hamilton Southeastern 43-yard line.
Excellent decision there by Cole Johnson. It was a two-receiver route that Hamilton Southeastern dropped off and played very well, but they lost contain on the corner. Cole knew exactly what he needed to get there for the first down, and he's a threat to run anytime he touches the ball. Made a wise decision, took it up in there hard, and got the first down for the Orioles.
We'll give you that Royal defense in just a moment as the Orioles will have it 1st and 10 in Hamilton Southeastern territory at the 43-yard line. Johnson, long count, gets the ball, keeps it, goes to the right side to Cody Baker, his first carry. He'll slip a tackle, and he'll rumble on down to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, good bit of running. He actually was tackled, it looked like, for about a 3-yard loss. He broke the tackle, turned it upfield, ended up with a 6-yard gain. Right now, Avon's in sync for this early in the season. They're mixing things up, a lot of different formations, a little shotgun, some 1-back, 3-wide receivers, some 2-back power football, and right now I think they've got Hamilton Southeastern on the heels a little bit, and they're moving the football pretty well.
It'll be 2nd down and just under 5 yards to go for Avon. Ball will be spotted just inside the Royal 38-yard line as Johnson with Green. Now he'll bring Edwards in motion. He will fake the handoff, go straight up ahead, but this time nothing doing. As shooting the gap and making the tackle for Hamilton Southeastern was Jocko Alexis, a 5'11", 185-pound junior. Let's set up that Royal defense. They run a 3-4, but you'll also see them quite hybrided into a 4-3 at times. They will have Jimmy McCarthy, Chet Maxey, and Dylan Wilter. Those are the 3 down linemen. The linebackers are John McLaughlin, Adam Miller, Jocko Alexa, who just made a fine tackle, and Taylor McDougal. The cornerbacks are Christian Penna and Dakota Thomas, and the safeties are Zach Rutzig and Taylor Christensen. A loss of a couple on the play. This will bring up 3rd down and about 7 for Avon. Their first time they're going to have to convert a 3rd down. Taking the snap, running near side Johnson, looking, fired, has Edwards all alone at the 22-yard line, and a nice pickup and a first down for Avon.
Very big play there for the Avon offense to keep that drive alive. One of the things that Southeastern does is they try to get you off schedule a little bit, which they did with the tackle for loss on 2nd down. Avon's faced with their first real key situation here at 3rd and 7. Cole Johnson sprinting out to his left, which is always tougher for a right-hander. Made a great throw, picked it up, and Avon's down here in scoring territory.
They are in the Hamilton Southeastern red zone as they will have it 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. This time Johnson, first time he will bend under his center, Chase Alexander, backs in an eye. And it is a keeper as he fakes the handoff, comes near side. He'll pick up a couple of yards before he's going to be run out of bounds by Jocko Alexa. But it's a pickup of a couple of yards on the play.
Yeah, good defensive play by Southeastern, but I think with Coach Bless, Coach Moore, I think, is upstairs calling some of these plays. They're establishing Cole Johnson as an extra back. So even, traditionally in I formation as, the I back and the fullback doing most of the carrying. But with Cole Johnson in there, he's a threat to throw. He's a threat to run. And, if he gets out in the open field, he runs like a tailback. So they've got 3 backs in there right now that Southeastern has to account for.
9th play of this drive as Johnson once again bends under center with Green and Baker behind him in the eye. Hamilton Southeastern shows blitz. They bring 2 linebackers. They come with it. Here's a fade route into the corner, but being bumped off his route maybe a little bit with Jalen Edwards, and it will fall incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit of timing there. I think they anticipated Southeastern to be playing a little tighter in the secondary, actually, than what they ended up doing. And, that's one of those. Jalen Edwards is a little better athlete than most DBs. They were just trying to get the ball out there and let Jalen get up and get it. Really not a bad play. It wasn't there. They threw the ball away, and, they still have a 3rd down situation here.
Clock shows 7:37 left in this scoreless first quarter. Opening drive of the ball game. Johnson this time back into the shotgun with 3 wides to his right. Fakes the handoff to Green, rolls to his right. Gets some pressure from the backside. Throws in, and it's complete.
Touchdown.
And into the end zone for the touchdown.
A very, very, very impressive first drive for Cole Johnson as a quarterback. Looked cool, looked like a 3-year regular out there. Made some great decisions, some good throws. Give a little credit to the offensive line as well. He really hasn't been pressured throwing the football, and what an impressive opening drive for Avon Orioles to start the season.
Nolan Woolley on the receiving end of that touchdown pass. On for the point after is Niles Edwards for Avon. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:29 left to go in this opening quarter of play. Avon marches right down the field, and they lead Hamilton Southeastern 7-0. This is Oriole football on ASO. Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. A 10-play drive that covers 78 yards concludes in a 14-yard touchdown pass from Cole Johnson to Nolan Woolley. And just like that, Avon, in an impressive opening drive to start this season, they're up 7-0 on Hamilton Southeastern.
I think, extremely impressive when you consider the fact that Southeastern traditionally has one of the best defenses in the state. One of the things they count on is for the offense to, kind of hurt themselves, jump off sides, drop a ball, that type of thing. Avon's, only miscue might have been the one minus play. Other than that, the offensive execution was flawless.
Edwards' kick will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and the Royals will take it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, trailing 7-0 with 7:29 left to go in this opening quarter of play. For Hamilton Southeastern, Coach Shelbourne mentioned this has always been a very, very strong running team, but they are down their 2 top running backs. Demetrius Cockrum, he is out for the season. He injured an MCL and tore an ACL, and Ryan Ripp is out of this game. Their other main tailback, who they expected to split a lot of time with, Crockham and Ripp, he is out with all we've been told is an injury. So in the backfield will be Hunter Hardy, as under center is the senior Ross Risley. Penalty flag, first one we've seen today, is on the end around from the wing, is a Cameron Polk, but this one might be coming back.
I think Southeastern was in motion, right? Little contrast in defensive styles here as well. Hamilton Southeastern primarily is what I would call a bend but not break philosophy. They're gonna sit there and again play good solid defense. Try not to let you get the ball behind them. Try not to give up big plays and run after the football. Avon, in contrast, plays a 3-3 up front defense. They're slanting and blitzing. They're 3 linemen. They're blitzing their linebackers. They're playing a lot of man-to-man in the secondary, and their defense is one that tries to disrupt an offense. So they're going to get after it a little bit more than Southeastern might.
Risley under center, going in motion from the wing position, and the ball goes out that way, but it's well underthrown. Pass was intended for Kyle Schrank. It falls incomplete. And the Royals first play a penalty, the second one well underthrown. That's going to bring up 2nd and 15. Let's quickly give you the Royals offense while we have a moment. Across the offensive line, mainly juniors and seniors, Peter Gorga, Michael Shue, Tyler Klink, Boyd Warner, and Zach Schuler. The tight end is Austin Hogan, though Kyle Schrank lined up at tight end that time. Cameron Polk and Jacob White are the wide receivers. Ryan Ford and Hunter Hardy will be the main running backs, and the quarterback is a 6'4", 183-pound senior, Ross Risley, and already it will make it a 2nd down and 15 for Hamilton Southeastern. Baxton and I, as Risley will give to the tailback, and making the play is Hunter Hardy, but he's not going anywhere. Short gain on the play.
Yeah, right now, Southeastern's coming out here in some multiple formations. Actually have lined up in an unbalanced look a couple of times to try to attack the balanced look of Avon's defense. And, right now, Avon's winning the battle up front. They did it offensively. They pretty well handled the Southeastern front. Right now, they're disruptive enough with the offensive line of Southeastern to make things uncomfortable, and now they're faced with a 3rd and long.
Risley will go from the shotgun as he looks over the Oriole defense. 3 down lineman. Drops back, throws left, and passes incomplete. Slightly underthrown as he was throwing out to the left to Jacob Wright. It's incomplete. And the Orioles will force Southeastern to a 3-and-out on their initial series.
Yeah, good coverage by Devin Michael. Those types of routes are a little tough against Avon's defense. They're primarily a man-to-man team, and usually attack man-to-man teams, with some crossing routes and some double cuts and, trying to throw the ball deep down the middle. That time they tried to run a little hitch route, and Avon covered it very well.
Back deep, Dane Thomas and David Griffith, they will stand back at their 45-yard line as Connor Dahlke will stand at his 3. 4th down for Hamilton Southeastern. Good snap, and Dahlke gets it away. End-over-end punt taken at about the 38. Dropping it for a moment is Thomas. He'll come near side, and he will finally be brought down. He'll be brought down by Zach Rutzig, and Avon will take over from that point. 6:17 left to go, first quarter. Avon up 7-0. This is Oriole football on ASO. McDonald's is a proud supporter of Avon, Brownsburg, and Danville Athletics and is the home of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show, heard every Saturday morning on 1610 AM XRB and XRBradio.com. Be sure to join us beginning August 18th from 8 to 9 a.m. for the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show with interviews of local coaches and student athletes. The show will be airing at the following locations. On August 18th, they'll be in Brownsburg on Main Street next to Marsh. On August 25th, at Avon at State Road 267 next to Kroger, and on September 1st in Danville on Main Street. The McDonald's in Avon, just off 267 and 36, invite you to join them for the grand reopening of their newly remodeled store. Be sure to join them on September the 8th at 2 p.m. for a special appearance by Ronald McDonald himself. In celebration of their reopening, there will be great $1 specials all day long, including the Cherry Berry Chiller. August 12th through 18th, all week long, stop by and enjoy a $1 Egg McMuffin and Big Mac. That's the grand reopening of the Avon McDonald's on 267 and 36. Jalen Edwards gets the first play from scrimmage as his end around is dropped for a loss of 3. And on 2nd down, the pass is intended for Edwards. It's tipped at the line, and that'll bring up 3rd down for Avon.
Yeah, I like the offensive attack right now for Avon. Jalen's a big play player. They're trying to figure out ways to get him the ball. He's been in the slot, gone in motion. He's lined up that time as an outside receiver. They tried to run an outside-in quick screen. Lined up a tailback the first play, tried to run a sweep. So they're trying to get the ball to the players that can make plays.
5:35 left to go in quarter number 1. Avon with a 7-0 lead, and they will face a 3rd down and 13 as Johnson will go from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers in the routes. Pass off to the right side is complete, but it's going to be just about 2 yards short of a 1st down as the pass is complete to Jalen Edwards.
Yeah, again, Avon's been in a lot more 3 wide receiver looks than they've been the first 2 years that Coach Bless has been here, and I think they're using it to their advantage. That time they put 3 receivers to the wide field, left Jalen Edwards over there all by himself, isolated him. He ran a nice route and a good throw. He just ended up a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but I'd say for the most part, Coach Bless should be pleased with the offensive output at this point.
Niles Edward to bunt for the first time, and back deep for the Royals, Taylor Christensen and Zach Rietzig. Edwards puts a foot in it, gets a high kick, fair catch signaled at the 19, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Hamilton Southeastern. Let's give you quickly the Avon defense. That's about the only squad we haven't given you the lineups for. As Coach mentioned, they will run what is kind of called a 3-3 stack. The 3 down linemen are a sophomore at one end in Joe Belden, a junior at the nose guard Isaiah Robinson, and the senior defensive end is Austin Merrill. The linebackers are Elijah Daniels, Zach Williams, and TJ Wilson. The corners are Dane Thomas and Devin Michael, and 3 safeties, David Griffith, Ryan Bradley, and Nolan Woolley. 1st and 10 for Hamilton Southeastern. Ball will be spotted at their own 19-yard line. They went 3 and out on their initial possession of the ball game, and this time they go to a jumbo set. They'll pitch coming around to the near side with the football and getting maybe a yard or 2 on the play that will be Jacob Wright. And he will not get but maybe a half yard about 4 yards, 5 yards on the play. But it looks like we've got a penalty flag.
defensively this year, Elijah Daniel has been a down defensive end type player. They have him up at linebacker. They can hide him behind those 3 down linemen. You know, Elijah is just an unbelievable athlete. He's, 6'3", 6'4", 250, and can flat out run and hit people. And I think they're hoping to get him in a position where they can free him up and let him just run from sideline to sideline and make some big plays. Right now, Southeastern's hurting themselves a little bit. They got a couple penalties. They got some new people in there. Right now they look like they're kind of struggling to find an identity on offense, and this is a big one. This is a 15-yarder.
It's really been the first positive offensive play that Hamilton Southeastern has run, and it's going to be called back on a penalty that will drive them back to their own 10-yard line as Risley will go under center. They'll bring a man in motion to the far side. Give is to the tailback, and he will rumble to the left side as with the ball is Dacian Martinez. And David Griffith will be credited for the tackle. It's a pickup of maybe about, I would say about 6 yards on the play, just beyond the Royal 15.
Yeah, looks like Coach May, Toby Jacobs calls their offensive plays. It looks like they're trying to be a little conservative down here. I think they realize they came out a little nervous, a little tentative in the first series. What they don't want to do is turn the ball over and make a big mistake down here. So, they're going to try and do what they can not to turn the ball over.
Jacob Wright and Cameron Polk will come to the near side. Risley drops back, screen set up on the far side. It's complete. I believe that is Hardy. He'll get a few yards, but not much more than that before the Avon defense swarms and causes a 4th down for Hamilton Southeastern. Correction, that was 3rd down as they had that penalty before that. So this will be a 3rd and 8.
Good call, conservative call, little screen pass. If it's not there, they can throw it away. They're not really forcing the ball. Right now I'm sure Coach May really wouldn't be totally unhappy if they had to punt the football and play some defense.
Risley will go under center, drops back, looks to his right, and the pass is tipped, intended for Polk. Good defenses by Dane Thomas, the corner, this 5'8", 155-pound senior. He helps disrupt that play, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, on paper, the way you attack Avon's defense is you attack those corners because they're out there all by themselves, man-to-man, but Avon's corners are just so good and covered. Devin Michael and Dane Thomas, neither one of them is huge, but they can run, and they're tough, and they'll get right up in a receiver's face and make it very difficult for them to get open.
4th down is Connor Dahlke once again back to punt. Dane Thomas and David Griffith back deep for the Orioles, back at their own 41-yard line. Edwards, high snap, gets a foot into it, almost blocked, and is coming in to make the play on the far side as this is Thomas with the football, and he finally will be swarmed under by a host of Royal defenders. We have 2:50 left to go in this first quarter, and Orioles lead Hamilton Southeastern 7-0. A proud supporter of Avon High School football on AudioSportsOnline.com, ABC Roofing Company is your local source for roofing, siding, gutters, insulation, and more. ABC Roofing has been serving Indy now for 38 years. ABC Roofing Company has received the Angie's List Super Service Award for an unprecedented 13 consecutive years. The ABC Roofing Company is also the area's only Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofing contractor, only one of 3 in the entire state of Indiana. They also offer a lifetime workmanship guarantee backed 100% by Owens Corning. ABC Roofing is located at 8499 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 317-228-9882 or check them out on the web at www.abcrfg.com. Sullivan's Tire Plus is a proud supporter of Avon Oriole football on ASO, and they want to remind you that in order to receive a complete oil change for just $18.99, all you have to do is like them on Facebook. They have 2 locations, one in Danville and one at 8397 East US 36 in Avon. You can call them for all your automotive needs and questions at 317-272-5050 Monday through Saturday. Sullivan's Tire Plus, voted the best of Hendricks County for 3 years in a row. Taylor Christensen, he is the injured Royal that is having to be helped off to the sideline as the Avon Orioles will have it 1st and 10 from the 42. Nolan Woolley came in from the far side, almost got a piece of Edwards' punt. but he comes up just shy, and Cole Johnson will have the Orioles 1st and 10 at their own 42 with 2:50 left to go in this first quarter. Handoff, this is around the left side as getting the ball and making a play is Cody Baker, and he picks up some good yardage to the near side.
Yeah, good hard run, just a basic off-tackle play. Actually, Southeastern played it pretty well, had a linebacker sitting right at the point of attack, and Cody just ran through the tackle and, picked up an extra 6 yards, 8 yards on first down. That's absolutely what you want to do when you're calling the offense.
Nose of the football on the midfield stripe, 2nd down and 2 for Avon. Off to the far side is Jalen Edwards. As Matt Patustik is to the near side, Johnson in the shotgun. Flanked by Baker and Green. Takes the snap, goes right up the middle, looking to get behind his big fullback Green, and he's going to get some good yardage. He'll rumble down to about the Royal 44-yard line.
Actually, I think that was Cole Johnson on a quarterback draw. It looked like both the backs were leading up in there, and that's the threat that he can do. He's completed some passes, so, he kind of stood up and made it look like he was going to throw a little short pass out here and got both backs up there leading for him, and really just kind of like an isolation play that the tailback normally would carry. But, Cole's 180 yards, and he's a big, strong kid, and he carried it up in there for the first down.
Right now, this junior and senior offensive line for Avon doing an excellent job blowing the Royal defenders off the ball and getting some good runs. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the Royal 43-yard line. Johnson gives to Green, but a nice pursuit coming from around the end by Taylor McDougal. The strong side linebacker stuffs that before it could get anywhere.
I do like the way Coach Bless and, whoever's helping him call the offense, probably Coach Moore, they're mixing things up. They've been in 3 wide receivers. They've had a tight end in. They've been in 2 back. They've been in shotgun under center. And right now they're mixing things up and making things difficult for Southeastern to know exactly what they're doing. Shotgun 3 wide receivers here again with a tight end to the right.
Dean Thomas will line up as Johnson takes the snap, looks to his left, fires to Edwards, but getting a hand in there to break that one up was the Hamilton Southeastern Royals' Dakota Thomas, a 5'8", 175-pound senior, managed to get that hand in and break up that play.
Well, they're trying to isolate Jalen Edwards out here. He's a matchup problem for most DBs, but the Southeastern DB that time played the ball very well. Tried run a little whip route, made an inside move, tried to get the DB to commit and take it back outside, but Southeastern DB played it very well. Avon's faced with a 3rd and 11.
Edwards and Batustik will go out to the right with Batustik lined up in the slot. Johnson, shotgun, rolls to his right, looks downfield, fires, looking for Batustik. Pass is complete, but it's going to be well short of a first down as Batustik's going to be forced out of bounds and around the Royal 37-yard line. So an interesting call here, Coach. You've got going to be about 4th, and I would say about 5, but it'll be at the Royal 37-yard line, and probably a good time to go for it in this situation.
Yeah, that's probably the guess. Although their kickers got a lot of leg, I'd say at this point, it'd be a 50-yarder. You've got a lot of weapons over here at, in the Avon offense, and this is where Cole Johnson, at least so far, has made some plays. And again, he's a threat to pass, he's a threat to run. So it'll be interesting to see what Avon comes up with.
They'll load 3 wides to the far side with Green in the backfield with Johnson in the shotgun. Royals will look and show blitz. Now they'll bring Edwards in motion to the near side, and they'll give it to him on an end around. Looks for some room. Nothing there as the Royals string it out, and there'll be a loss of about 2 yards. And the Royals sniffed that one out very well, pursued, and brought Edwards down for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, good defensive series for Southeastern. Again, this is traditionally what they're known for. They'll bend a little bit, but, Avon got behind schedule. They end up with a 3rd and 11. That just plays right into their hands because, again, they're going to force you to run from sideline to sideline, and as fast as Jalen Edwards is, when they can get you running from sideline to sideline instead of north and south, you're in pretty good shape.
51.5 seconds remain in quarter number 1. Avon took the opening drive, marched it down the field, and they scored a touchdown. So far, the Royals still looking for some offense. The give is right up the middle, and nothing doing. as making the play is Elijah Daniels with a big hit on Ryan Ford. And it's a loss of maybe about a yard on the play.
Yeah, the style of defense again, they've got 6 people playing inside the tackles. That makes it pretty tough to run inside, and they're going to, take their down linemen, they're going to move them, slant them, blitz a linebacker every now and then, and, it's tough to run from tackle to tackle against this defense.
Royals will go into an eye. They'll bring a man in motion to the near side. Pitch will go to the tailback. It'll be a tailback pass all alone down the field. Jacob Wright at the 30 to the 20, and he will cruise into the end zone for the touchdown. As Hamilton Southeastern goes for a little bit of trickery as they pitch the ball to Brian Roberts, and Roberts on the halfback option pass finds Jacob Wright all alone, and he scores the touchdown.
And that's football, and this is the kind of thing that drives coaches crazy, because I'd say up until this point, I don't know how many plays Southeastern's run, but Avon dominated every play defensively. They gave up one play here, and it results in a touchdown.
Edwards for the point after, as that play will cover 63 yards. The kick is up, and the point after is good. And with 5.6 seconds remaining in this first quarter, we're tied at 7. This is Avon football on ASO. Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. Head coach Scott May pulls out a bit of trickery as Brian Roberts on the halfback option pass finds Jacob Wright all alone, and 63 yards later, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals have tied this game at 7 with 5.6 seconds remaining in this first quarter. And as Coach mentioned, Avon had been doing a fantastic job defensively, but the trickery catches them flat-footed, and the Royals make them pay to tie this game.
Yeah, this will be an important time in the game right here to see how Avon handles this. If the offense comes back out here, settles in, establishes things, and makes a nice drive, because right now, it's temporary, hopefully, but obviously the momentum has switched back. Avon dominated the whole first quarter, and in one play, Southeastern is tied to score, so it'll be very important for Avon emotionally to kind of get that momentum back and settle in.
Dane Thomas and Jalen Edwards back deep for the kick, and this one will go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Orioles will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line with 5.6 seconds remaining in this opening quarter of play in a 7-7 contest. One thing that we cannot complain about tonight is the weather, especially after a June and July here in central Indiana that saw the heat just pour on. It is a beautiful night for football here in Avon. Temperatures in the low 70s, a bit of a cross breeze, but a beautiful night for football here in Avon, Indiana. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Again, this will be the final play, possibly of the quarter. The give is to Baker, and he'll find little room as now that Hamilton Southeastern defense getting pumped up. They stop Baker, and that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. We head to the second quarter. We're tied at 7. You're watching Avon Oriole football on AudioSportsOnline.com, XRBRadio.com, and the Hendricks County Flyer. McDonald's is a proud supporter of Avon Brownsburg in Danville Athletics and is the home of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show, heard every Saturday morning on 1610 AM XRB and XRBRadio.com. Be sure to join us beginning August 18th from 8 to 9 a.m. for the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show with interviews of local coaches and student athletes. The show will be airing at the following locations. On August 18th, they'll be in Brownsburg on Main Street next to Marsh. On August 25th, at Avon at State Road 267 next to Kroger, and on September 1st in Danville on Main Street. The McDonald's in Avon, just off 267 and 36, invite you to join them for the grand reopening of their newly remodeled store. Be sure to join them on September the 8th at 2 p.m. for a special appearance by Ronald McDonald himself. In celebration of their reopening, there will be great $1 specials all day long, including the Cherry Berry Chiller. August 12th through 18th, all week long, stop by and enjoy a $1 Egg McMuffin and Big Mac. That's the grand reopening of the Avon McDonald's on 267 and 36. Welcome back to Orioles Stadium alongside the coach Dave Shelbourne and Doug Edens. My name's Brian Scott. We've spent the first 12 minutes of this football game. It was all Avon until a little bit of trickery by Hamilton Southeastern toward the end of that first quarter has tied this game up at 7 apiece. Orioles will switch ends, and they will now be moving, of course, left to right. Second down and about 10 yards to go as Johnson goes to the shotgun, brings Edwards in motion near side. Fakes the handoff, keeps it, tries to run it up inside the line, and he'll pick up maybe a yard.
Well, Southeastern's doing exactly what their defense is designed to do. It's first down. They want to stop you for less than 4 yards. They want to knock you off schedule. Here they are right now. It's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. That's exactly where they want you to be. Field position is probably the worst that Avon has started with tonight. They're down here on a 22-yard line, tie game. So they want to do something to get a first down, but they also want to make sure that they secure the football.
3 wide receivers in the pattern and it'll bring up a 3rd and 8. Johnson gets the snap, drops back, fires down the field, caught, and then dropped. Batustik had the ball, but a big hit made by Hamilton Southeastern's Grant Hanna, a 5'10", 160-pound senior corner. He manages to jar the ball loose. Otherwise, it would have been a great catch by Batustik.
Yeah, perfect throw, too. Ran a little post route. That was about a 25, 30-yard post route throw by Cole Johnson. Cool and calm in the huddle, made the perfect throw. DB just made a great hit for Southeastern to shake the ball loose.
And he'll bring Edwards on to punt. Puts a foot into it, a high spinning kick. That'll be fielded at the 37. Muff. And then pick back up again, running right up the middle and to about the 42-yard line by Cameron Polk. And he will return that one into Oriole territory, giving Hamilton Southeastern their best field position of the ball game.
Yeah, right now momentum has changed a little bit. So, Southeastern's on a little bit of a roll. Early in the game, they were struggling a little bit, both offensively and defensively. That big play, you can tell emotionally and mentally has kind of picked them up a little bit. And, it'll be very important for Avon's defense here to hopefully stop them and make them go 3 and out. Or, a turnover obviously would be huge as well.
10:58 left to go in the first half of a 7-7 ball game as Hamilton Southeastern goes double wing. Now they'll bring a man in motion, and the give will be to keeper by Risley. He'll go over the right side, and he's going to be popped. Looked like first hit made there by number 32, David Griffith.
David started all last year as a sophomore, real quality kid. Actually played a little outside linebacker last year. They've got him playing safety. He's a returner. He's just a real good athlete.
Gain of a couple on the play down to the Avon 39-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 as the clock moves at 10:27 left to go first half of a 7-7 game.
Southeastern's, starting to open up their offense a little bit too. I think with some new people, a little conservative. Now they're getting into some 2 and 3 wide receiver looks, a little option. It'll be interesting to see the call here.
They'll bring
play action pass. They're going deep.
And here's the pass down the field. It's incomplete. Intended for Polk. Polk ended up on the ground. He's looking for a flag, but that ball well overthrown. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, when it's your team, it's incidental contact. He tried to run a route. The DB was in perfect position. He fell down. I'm glad to see that the referee saw it the way I did and didn't come up with the flag.
3rd down and 8 as they'll bring right to the near side, Polk to the far side, and an eye backfield behind Ross Risley. 3 down linemen for the Orioles. They get some pressure. Risley runs, fires down the sideline to Polk. On the sideline, incomplete. And that could be one of the new rules that we are going to see this year in high school football. Previously, if you were pushed out of bounds while you were making the catch, that would have been a completed catch. Now, much the same way as you see in the NFL and all, you've got to come down no matter what the defense does in bounds.
All right. Very nice play. Elijah did break through on a blitz and put some pressure on. I thought the quarterback showed some composure, but with the pressure from Elijah, it caused him to throw the ball a little late. It was really a nice catch and throw by Southeastern, but he caught the ball out of bounds.
Dalkey to punt. Thomas and Griffith, back deep for the Orioles at their own 10-yard line. Dalkey gets the snap, puts a foot into it, tries to angle it, and I don't know if he got this quite as far out of bounds as he wants, but they will mark it 1st and 10 for the Orioles at their own 17-yard line. 9:51 left to go in this first quarter. Game all tied up at 7. The Orioles marched down the field in their opening drive of this ball game and pretty much just ran roughshod over Hamilton Southeastern, as it was Cole Johnson hooking up with Nolan Woolley on a 14-yard touchdown pass to give the Orioles a 7-0 lead. But since then, Hamilton Southeastern answered with a little bit of trickery, and much the way Avon owned the first quarter, now Hamilton Southeastern starting out strong in the second. 1st and 10 for Avon. They'll bring Edwards in motion. Johnson pulls it back, looks, fires downfield, going deep, looking deep, and the pass is going to be overthrown as he was looking for Dane Thomas, but good coverage by Hamilton Southeastern and an overthrown ball by Johnson.
It was, but I like the call. You know, it's first down. They're deep in their own territory. They're not being conservative. Cole was smart enough, you know, when it wasn't open to throw the ball away. Jalen is that big play threat. They ran him in motion and faked the sweep to him again. I think it's good that they're not going conservative and they're still trying to keep their offense wide open.
Avon will line 3 wide receivers to the near side. Green, the lone man in the backfield with Johnson, as he looks over a 4-down front for Hamilton Southeastern. He'll take the snap. Here comes the blitz. They set up the screen. Green with the ball to the 20. Gets up, makes a cut, makes one man miss, and he'll rumble all the way down to the 30. An impressive run by Anthony Green, and it'll be 1st and 10 Avon.
Yeah, I think Avon might have got a break there, too. It looked like we might have had a clip by the wide receiver, but there was no flag, so that's one of those calls as a coach. You know, you're kind of holding your breath over there, but well-designed play, nice run, got all the linemen out, ran off the DBs with the three wide receivers, and Cole Johnson, you know, as a quarterback, his job is to convert first downs, and that's exactly what he did.
Jalen Edwards will come to the near side. He'll be joined by Nolan Woolley. As here's a give to Green, looks for some room, tries to turn the corner, makes a man miss, and some pretty nimble feet by the 5'9", 180-pound junior fullback, and he will rumble up to about the 36-yard line and pick up a 6.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid, made a nice move at the point of attack. You know, Avon's running backs are very versatile. Green will line up sometimes as an I-formation fullback. Sometimes he'll be the single back when they're in their sprint-out passing game. He's the lead blocker, so, you know, he just caught the little screen pass for the first down. So, you know, he can block, he can run with power, he can run with speed, and he's shown the ability to catch the football as well.
Woolley to the near side, Batustik in the slot, and Edwards and to the far side. Johnson will stay in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, goes around the left side, and he will pick up about 9 yards all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's another Oriole first down.
Great fake. You know, Avon's established a little bit of that inside zone play with Green and Baker. They faked the run there, and Cole was able to take it outside. He runs hard, gets the first down. And again, you know, I've commented before, I think Avon's doing a nice job mixing things up. Little run, a little pass, little inside, some motion, multiple formations, and right now they're getting that little mojo back here on offense. They're starting to move the football.
Time called as it looks like Johnson may have a cut, and they will stop play. There are some new rule changes, some of them in the interest of safety, and one of the biggest changes that you will see in high school football this year is the what will happen when a player loses a helmet on a play. before, and we've seen this over the past few years. It seems to be a big issue where a lot of players lose their helmet during a play. You will have to sit out, much like in this case for an injury, as they'll have to bring Cole Johnson to the sideline and bring in the 6'5", 200-pound junior Richie Steinmetz for this play. Richie will take the snap, drops back, looks, fires down the field, looking for Edwards, almost intercepted. Good coverage by Grant Hanna by Hamilton Southeastern to break it up, and the pass falls incomplete.
Richie's a quality kid. He battled Cole for the job right up to the end of the summer. I think they just showed great confidence in his ability. He comes in on the first play. It's a first down play. They don't sit on it. They're not conservative. They know he's got a big arm and can throw the football. And, you know, they took a chance throwing the ball down the field. It's second and long, and Cole's back in.
Green and Baker in the eye. 7:59 left to go first half of a 7-7 game. They'll give to Baker off the left side, gets a hole, and there's the first penalty flag that we've seen thrown against the Orioles, and this one looks like it's coming back. It's a holding.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reason why there was such a big hole there. Got a little help, big hole at the point of attack, and, you know, that negates a very nice run by Cody Baker, and they'll take it back. And, you know, this is the type of thing where if you're going to win a game like this against a quality performer, you got to scramble out of this bad situation. Keep this drive alive. Avon's got good momentum right now. They're going to have to battle back here and, you know, just take this in chunks and see if they can still pick up the first down, or if nothing else, turn the ball over to Southeastern with poor field position. Still plenty of time left in the half, nearly 8 minutes.
While it was just a scrimmage last week, one of the things I came away with impressed, and so far this is the discipline so far by this Avon team. First penalty of the game for Avon, and they were very disciplined during the scrimmage last week. It's going to bring up second down and 19. Ball will be spotted from the black and gold 36-yard line. Royals show blitz as the corners creep in. They'll back off. Give us to Green, but great backside pursuit as coming in and making the play is Taylor McDougal, the strong side linebacker. And he makes a fantastic play for another loss. That drops it back to the 35.
Loss of a yard on the play. Third down.
That's going to bring up third and a good country mile, 3rd and 20. Ball on the Oriole 30, just shy of the 35-yard line to get the first down. They will have to get down to the Royal 45. Clock moves, 7:08 left to go first half. 7-7 is our score. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side. Green, the lone man in the backfield with Cole Johnson in the shotgun. 3 down linemen for Hamilton Southeastern as they sneak a linebacker up. They'll bring him on a blitz. Good pickup by Green. Throws down, looking for Edwards, and just off his fingertips. Edwards looking to the inside, had to make an adjustment to the outside. Got his fingers on it, well-laid ball, but gets right through his fingers. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, good call. Southeastern that time is in what we call a 2-deep defense. They're going to put their 2 deep defenders lined up on the hash. You try to attack that on the sideline. Jalen ran a little corner route, came down like he was going down the middle, and made that move toward the sidelines, which is the void of the open area. Not a bad throw, a little bit behind him. Would have taken a good catch, and it was really pretty well defended by Southeastern.
Polk-and-Ritza back deep for the Royals at their 25 as putting a foot into it is Edwards' fair catch, and Polk will let it bounce out of bounds at about the 33. 6:40 left to go in first half. We're tied at 7. This is Oriole football. A proud supporter of Avon High School football on AudioSportsOnline.com, ABC Roofing Company is your local source for roofing, siding, gutters, insulation, and more. ABC Roofing has been serving Indy now for 38 years. ABC Roofing Company has received the Angie's List Super Service Award for an unprecedented 13 consecutive years. The ABC Roofing Company is also the area's only Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofing contractor, only one of 3 in the entire state of Indiana. They also offer a lifetime workmanship guarantee backed 100% by Owens Corning. ABC Roofing is located at 8499 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 317-228-9882 or check them out on the web at www.abcrfg.com.
Second down.
First in play from scrimmage for Hamilton Southeastern after the punt. A little bit of an issue either on the exchange or a little miscommunication. Ross Risley loses it but is able to get it back, but it's going to cost him a yard. It's going to bring up second down and 11 for the Royals at their own 25. Here's a give right up the middle. This looks like it is Hunter Hardy, and he might pick up 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, trying a little run a little quick fullback trap in there. It's one of those plays against the defense with as many bodies in there as Avon has. It's either kind of a hit or miss. If it hits for the home run. That time Avon squeezed the play pretty well. And, here's Southeastern again with a 3rd and long, which is exactly where Avon wants them.
3rd and about 8. The ball will be spotted at the Royal 28-yard line.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Avon blitz somebody here and try to put some pressure. Looks like Elijah's lining up to go.
Risley from the shotgun backs up. Pressure comes, throws to the near side looking for Cameron Polk, but a poor pass. Polk was all alone on the near side, but he goes out. It's overthrown to the inside, and it'll bring up 4th down. And quickly, Hamilton Southeastern will go 3 and out. Thomas and Griffith will drop back for Avon as Dalkey will stand at his own 15-yard line. 5:21 left to go in this first half. We are tied at 7. Thomas, Griffith, right around their 35-yard line. Ball bounces, but a good pickup by Dalkey. He gets it away end over end. It'll take a Oriole bounce and be down at just about the 46-yard line, and that's where Avon will have it. 1st and 10. They are tied at 7 with Hamilton Southeastern.
Yeah, good field position and plenty of time for the Avon offense. There's 5 minutes to go in a half. They've got the ball at midfield. This is a good place to start because, in this situation here, they can call just about anything they want. You certainly want to move the football, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of play action here or some kind of play to, kind of kickstart things and make things happen.
1st and 10 for the black and gold at their own 46-yard line. As Edwards will line up to the near side and Batustik in the slot. Baker and Green in the backfield with Johnson in the shotgun. 4-down lineman for the Royals. The give is a keeper by Johnson. He comes around, turns the corner, turns it upfield, and he'll take it into Royal territory. As he rumbles down to about the 47-yard line, it's a pickup of about 6-7 yards.
Yeah, again, they're taking advantage of Cole's athletic ability. I mean, I think for a first half and his first start, he's performed very well. They've mixed things up. He's run the ball. He's thrown the ball well when he's been asked to, and he's made some good decisions. That's a good first down play. They're in 2nd and 4. This is a situation here where they might take a chance and go for broke.
High backfield behind Johnson, who bends under center. Edwards is to the near side. Batustik to the far side. The give is to the tailback and taking it right up the middle and getting a little bit and being finally pushed back is Cody Baker. And they will say he will pick up about 3 yards. Want to remind you to stay tuned at halftime. Doug Edens will be here for the halftime show. Let you know what's happening in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Of course, everybody in action. And, of course, in the HCC, well, that's all you're ever going to play is HCC teams during the regular season. Doug will tell you what's going on tonight in HCC action. That's at halftime right here on ASL. 3rd and short. It's a keeper by Johnson. He'll just bend right over his big center, 6'3", 300-pound Chase Alexander, and he looks like he's going to have enough to pick up a first down.
Yeah, Chase has done very, very well. This is his 3rd year as a starter. Good, solid kid. Good hard worker in the weight room, and he's got one of those personalities. He's a good leader for that offensive line. So running behind him is a very smart move most of the time.
1st and 10, ball spotted at the Royal 43-yard line. Clock moving, 3:38 left to go in this first half. 7-7 is our score. Woolley will line up as a wide receiver to the far side while Edwards and Batustik are to the near side. Johnson in the shotgun. Brings it back, play action, rolls to his left, looking to make a play. Gets it to Batustik. It's overthrown and intercepted. Running to the far sideline with the interception. It is Zach Reitzig. who gets the interception. Ball on the scramble, a little high for Batustik, slips through his hands and right into the hands of the free safety, Zach Ritzik.
Yeah, first mistake for the Avon offense tonight. Tough throw, rolling out to his left. Again, they tried a little fake it short, try to take it down the field a little bit. Protection wasn't bad, but he did have to scramble out and throw into his left. He threw the ball, it looked like, a little bit behind and forced the interception.
Ritzik gets it into Avon territory at the 48-yard line. Here's a handoff over the left side. This is Hardy, I believe, with the ball, and now we will have
Ryan Ford on the carry.
Play is stopped as there is an Oriole down on the field.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Ryan Ford, the ball carrier that time, and the Orioles have a man down. 3:05 left. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching, I should say, Oriole football on ASO. Sullivan's Tire Plus is a proud supporter of Avon Oriole football on ASO, and they want to remind you that in order to receive a complete oil change for just $18.99, all you have to do is like them on Facebook. They have 2 locations, one in Danville and one at 8397 East US 36 in Avon. You can call them for all your automotive needs and questions at 317-272-5050 Monday through Saturday. Sullivan's Tire Plus, voted the best of Hendricks County for 3 years in a row. Zach Williams is the Oriole down, the 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore inside linebacker, as they will tend to him. As I was about ready to mention before time was stopped for the injury, both teams with a full complement of timeouts. 3:05 remains here in this first half of play, and we are tied at 7 apiece. I want to remind you that you can listen to head coach Mark Bless's Coaches Show podcast every Monday evening on audiosportsonline.com. Rob Kendall and the coach talk about what happened tonight, what happens next week, and what's going on in Avon football. That is Coach Mark Bless's Coaches podcast every Monday night on ASO. I want to thank everybody watching via the Hendricks County Flyer, your county, your paper. That is the Hendricks County Flyer. And, of course, everybody watching through xrbradio.com. Join Shane Ray Monday through Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. That is the breakfast show on 1610 a.m. XRB and xrbradio.com. They are the voice of Hendricks County. 2nd down and 8 for Hamilton Southeastern. Ball spotted at the Oriole 46-yard line as they continue to help Williams off of the field. Ryan Kelly, a 5'8", 185-pound junior, will take over for Zach. Under center is Risley, drops back, gets pressure, eludes one man. He will not elude anymore. Bringing him down on the play is Joe Belden, the 6'3", 230-pound sophomore defensive end. Good pressure by the Oriole defense results in a 4-yard loss.
3rd down.
Yeah, I think they've juggled things. It looks like they put Kyle Jones in, and I think they've moved Wilson to the middle.
So Kyle Jones will go on the outside. TJ Wilson, who was lined up as an outside linebacker, now playing the middle linebacker, and a timeout will be called with 2:23 left to go first half. We're tied at 7. Back after these messages. You're watching Oriole football on ASO. Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. 2 minutes, 23 seconds remain in this first half. We are tied at 7. Alongside the coach, Mr. Dave Shelbourne, and alongside Mr. Doug Edens, I'm Brian Scott. First game of the 2012 IHSA football season. Orioles march down the field in their opening drive to take a 7-0 lead. And Hamilton Southeastern answered late in the first quarter on a halfback option pass, and we have stayed there ever since. 3rd and short. Ball spotted at the 50. Taking the snap is Risley. Drops back, fires, looks down the field. Pass is juggled and dropped. Perfect pass. You couldn't ask for a better pass, but Jacob Wright couldn't hang on to it, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I would bet that Coach Bless is breathing a whole lot easier right now because Avon was beat for a touchdown that time, and fortunately for the Avon fans, the Southeastern receiver dropped the ball when he was wide open in the secondary and walking in the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown.
So instead of 6, it's going to bring on the punt team as Connor Dahlke sets up to punt. Thomas and Griffith will stand back at their 15. Dahlke, rugby-style kick, and he shanks it high in the air. And that goes out of bounds, and this one's going to be a net of maybe 6 yards at most.
Yeah, huge break for Avon. They get the ball at midfield. If they'd have punted the ball down around the 20-yard line, my guess is that Avon's offense would have just probably gotten real conservative, taken it at halftime and tried to make some adjustments. Now with the ball out here at midfield, you know, they've got an opportunity to go ahead and air it out here a little bit, or, you know, if they've got that trick play that they've been working on during the week, now might be the time to pull it out and take a look and see what it looks like.
2:07 left to go first half. Orioles with all 3 of their timeouts. So plenty of time as Johnson will bend under center. High backfield behind him. He'll fake the handoff, drops back, now runs near side, gets some pressure. He'll keep it himself to the 50, to the 45, and into Hamilton Southeastern territory. Down inside the 45, near the 40-yard line.
Great decision. Good blocking on the corner. You know, Cole got outside. He had, you know, the option to try to throw the ball. He was smart enough to see that the receivers were covered, and he had lots of room. And, you know, they're down here on a 40-yard line with 2 minutes to go and a first down. So hopefully that momentum can carry him, you know, put some points on the board here.
They'll say Johnson stepped out of bounds at the 41-yard line, but it will be 1st and 10 Avon. 1:59 remains in this first half, but again, Avon with their full complement of timeouts. Johnson will go from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the near side is Woolley. He'll swing it out to Edwards on a little bubble over to the near side, and Edwards will pick up about 6 yards.
Yeah, I still like the call. It was played very well. Actually, that tackle came from the defensive end who ran from the inside out to make a big play. But, you know, they're trying to get the ball to Jalen out in the open field where he can create a little bit. Short throw and catch. They're hoping he can catch the ball, get in the open field, and put it in the end zone.
They'll spot it at the 36-yard line, making a gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 yards to go. Clock moves. 1:25 left to go in this second quarter. 2 wide receivers to the near side as Johnson stays in the shotgun, looking over a 4 down front. He'll fake the handoff to Green, keep it himself, but it's sniffed out well by Hamilton Southeastern. Nothing doing on the plane. Dylan Wilker, a 5'11", 199-pound senior defensive tackle, sniffs that one out, and the rest of his defense follows up to bring Johnson down for a good loss.
Yeah, big play by the Southeastern defense. They don't blitz much. They guessed right that time. You know, when you're blitzing, you're not really too worried about the fakes. They faked the ball inside to Green and tried to sneak Cole on the outside again, but they were sitting there waiting on him, so now Avon's faced with a 3rd and 12.
It's a loss of 7 on the play as Coach Bless will take the first of his 3 timeouts. I want to remind you, stay tuned at halftime. Doug Edens take you around the HCC, let you know what's happening in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference tonight, and let you up to date with just about everything going on. Make sure every time we're on the air, you stay tuned at halftime. Doug will keep you up to date with what's going on in the HCC. Coach Bless with the offense huddled around as they go over what to do here on a 3rd and 12. And, Coach, about how far do you think they need to go to get into Niles' range?
Well, he's got a big leg, so I'm guessing if they can get it down somewhere around the 30, they might think about it. But I don't think right now Coach Bless is thinking field goal. I think he's trying to figure out a way. You know, you got a minute 7 here, which, it's running down a little bit, but I think they still think if they can get a first down, they've got some time, or if they can get close to a first down, they can still pick that first down up.
Green, the lone back with Johnson. Johnson takes the shotgun snap, fires it downfield, looking for Edwards, underthrown, and Edwards turns into a defensive back as he keeps the ball from getting into the hands of the corner, Christian Penna.
Yeah, he did. He did convert very quickly there once he realized he wasn't going to have a chance to get the ball. He did everything he could to make sure that ball wasn't picked off because there was a chance it could have been.
And we had a penalty flag on Avon, an ineligible man downfield. So, interesting call here. I would imagine Coach May would refuse this penalty. It'll be 4th down.
I think it's lost it down. Nope.
So they will decline it. That'll bring it 4th and 12. And Edwards will come onto the field, but this time it'll be to punt the ball away, though Hamilton Southeastern not totally buying it, as they're going to sneak Polk and Rietzig back, but they're going to keep them a little shallow. 1:01 left to go in the first half. We are tied at 7 here at Oriole Stadium. Edwards will drop back to about his own 43-yard line. And again, Polk and Rietzig not totally buying it. They're sneaking up. Low snap. Edwards gets into it, a little pooch punt. It will get and take an Oriole bounce, and a nice job of kicking by Edwards as he will put it out of bounds at the Royal 10-yard line. That's where they will have it. They will have to go 90 yards in 54 seconds if they want to get a touchdown, but they still have 2 timeouts remaining. They will have it 1st and 10, and the ball will be spotted. They will finally mark it at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll see kneel downs, but I have a feeling you're going to see a couple of conservative plays. Both coaching staffs will go in at halftime, not totally pleased, but also not totally upset. And they'll, you kind of have a little bit of an idea of the other team's game plan right now, and you're going to make your adjustments and try to come out and win this game in the second half.
So 1st and 10 from the 11, and indeed Hamilton Southeastern with 2 wide receivers to the far side. Now they will split a man out to the near side to put 3 wide receivers in the pattern, I backfield, but the give is to the fullback, and he will run it straight up the middle. That's Ryan Ford, the ball carrier, and he will take it up to about the 15-yard line. No signal from the Royal bench, so they will let the clock make its march down with 38 seconds remaining in this first half, and they will have to run at least one more play.
2 on the play, 2nd down and 8.
Again, Doug Edens will be joining you shortly with the halftime report, as we have a 7-7 game here at Oriole Stadium. 2nd down and 7, Risley under center, and he will give it to the tailback Hardy. Looks for some holes, finds some, gets over the right side before he is bent back. It's a gain of about 7. Not enough for a first down, and Coach May says, let's just take it into the locker room. And now the clock has stopped as Hamilton Southeastern's called a timeout, but they're running to the locker room. So now Coach May says, I didn't want a timeout. They wind it, and that's the end of the first half. Avon takes the first possession of the season. They march down for a touchdown. Hamilton Southeastern answers back on a little bit of trickery, and that's where we end this first half of play. We are all tied at 7. Stay tuned, because after these 2 messages, we'll have Doug Edens with the halftime report. You are watching Oriole football on ASO. McDonald's is a proud supporter of Avon, Brownsburg, and Danville Athletics, and is the home of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show, heard every Saturday morning on 1610 AM XRB and XRBradio.com. Be sure to join us beginning August 18th from 8 to 9 a.m. for the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show with interviews of local coaches and student athletes. The show will be airing at the following locations. On August 18th, they'll be in Brownsburg on Main Street next to Marsh. On August 25th, at Avon at State Road 267 next to Kroger, and on September 1st in Danville on Main Street. The McDonald's in Avon, just off 267 and 36, invites you to join them for the grand reopening of their newly remodeled store. Be sure to join them on September the 8th at 2 p.m. for a special appearance by Ronald McDonald himself. In celebration of their reopening, there will be great $1 specials all day long, including the Cherry Berry Chiller. August 12th through 18th, all week long, stop by and enjoy a $1 Egg McMuffin and Big Mac. That's the grand reopening of the Avon McDonald's on 267 and 36. A proud supporter of Avon High School football on audiosportsonline.com, ABC Roofing Company is your local source for roofing, siding, gutters, insulation, and more. ABC Roofing has been serving Indy now for 38 years. ABC Roofing Company has received the Angie's List Super Service Award for an unprecedented 13 consecutive years. The ABC Roofing Company is also the area's only Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofing contractor, only one of 3 in the entire state of Indiana. They also offer a lifetime workmanship guarantee backed 100% by Owens Corning. ABC Roofing is located at 8499 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 317-228-9882 or check them out on the web at www.abcrfg.com. Sullivan's Tire Plus is a proud supporter of Avon Oriole football on ASO, and they want to remind you that in order to receive a complete oil change for just $18.99, all you have to do is like them on Facebook. They have 2 locations, one in Danville and one at 8397 East US 36 in Avon. You can call them for all your automotive needs and questions at 317-272-5050 Monday through Saturday. Sullivan's Tire Plus, voted the best of Hendricks County for 3 years in a row. Halftime at Oriole Stadium. We are tied at 7. It's time for Doug Edens and our halftime report. Doug?
Thank you very much, Brian, and welcome again to this halftime report. Oriole Stadium, Avon, Indiana. 7-7 tie. The Orioles, of course, as Brian mentioned before, with Coach Dave Shelburne, 78 yards in 10 plays to take an early 7-0 lead. Looked very, very impressive, and but then they were caught with an old Vince Lombardi play, a halfback option, where the visiting Hamilton Southeastern Royals showed their mettle in tying the game just before the end of the first period. Anyway, this is the halftime report. We're going to take a look at the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. You know, just before I get started, it's always I'm always kind of leery before they start playing the band when they're throwing stuff up this way, because I don't have any glass between me and somebody who has a pretty good arm down there when they throw treats to the crowd. Anyway, this past year, I think, might have been the first time in HCC history where there were 3 winners for the championship. Hamilton Southeastern, Avon, and Brownsburg both were 8-1 during the regular season play. And then Fishers was at 6-3, along with Zionsville at 5-4. Westfield was at 4-5. That's better. Thank you, Brian. And Lafayette, Jeff, McCutcheon, and Noblesville were all at 2-7. Harrison rounded out this particular conference at 0-9. Hamilton Southeastern, of course, won the sectional championship, defeating dethroning former state champion Fishers in the sectional championship last year. They went on to finish 11-2 in Scott May's 5th year. Avon, of course, as we know, was sectional champion the year before last, but they lost to Ben Davis in a wild shootout that we both were talking about last week. Brownsburg finished 9-2, very respectable. Fishers, they lost in the sectional to Hamilton Southeastern, finishing 8-4. Zionsville, a very rare 5-5. Westfield, 5-6. 3-8 for Lafayette, Jeff. 3-8 for McCutcheon. 2-8 for Noblesville. And Harrison at 0-10. All right, team by team, the last 10 years, Hamilton Southeastern is clearly the class of this conference. They are 69-14 during the regular season, 11-2 postseason mark, and this is the last 10 years of playing other HCC teams. They are 8-2 against the Orioles. Avon, in fact, they're on a 6-game losing streak. So I'm sure that Coach Bless, whose team lost last year, 27-17, I'm sure that Coach Bless wants to snap that, and definitely tonight. The only trouble Hamilton Southeastern has is with Brownsburg. They own a 6-4 mark against the Bulldogs, but the Royals are on a 2-game losing streak to Brownsburg in the last 5 years. They've only lost, this is how dominant this team is. The Royals have only lost 5 regular season games in Scott May's tenure. That's pretty impressive. Next we have Zionsville. They're 59-24. They're 3-1 in postseason since conference play in 2002. 62-25 overall. Of course, everyone is aware of what Larry McWhorter has done at that particular team. His first year, they were undefeated state champions, and they've just gotten better since. Zionsville is 0-1 the last 2 years in a very rare postseason slump. They have trouble with Fishers. We're only 2-4, but they're winning against the rest of conference since 2002. They have a 6-game losing streak, however, against Hamilton Southeastern. They lost last year to Avon, 35-21. Avon is 56-26 over the last 10 years, 2-1 in the postseason since 2002. The Orioles have winning marks against 6 conference schools, with 50-50 against Zionsville and Fishers, but only 2-8, as I mentioned, against Hamilton Southeastern. Brownsburg is 45-38 during the regular season. They're 3-3 in the postseason, 48-41 overall since 2002 against HCC teams. They're over 500 against the bottom 5 finishers. No winning streak yet against any of the top 4 teams in the loop. The Dogs have 2-game winning streak against Hamilton Southeastern, but they've lost their last 3 to Avon, including the sectional game in 2010. Former state champion Fishers, they were crowned in 2010 with a very impressive victory in Coach Rick Wimmer's 5th year over Lawrence Central, I believe, 38-19 for the 5A championship. They are 34-20 in just 6 seasons as a school. Of course, they were 0 for the season in their first year. They have a losing record against Hamilton Southeastern in conference play. They're 3-3 against Avon, but they have winning marks against the rest of the conference. Only 2 games losing streak against Hamilton Southeastern, including the sectional championship. They lost to Avon last year, 30-21. Now, of course, for the bottom 5, Lafayette Jeff is 29-40 over the last 10 years. They're only 3-5 in the postseason, 34-45 since 2002. Jeff has winning marks against Harrison, McCutcheon, Noblesville, losing marks against the top 5. They haven't won against Hamilton Southeastern at all, 0-7. 1-2 in the postseason. Only win against Hamilton Southeastern in 2006 in the sectional, 14-7. And they have a 5-game losing streak against Avon. They lost last year to the Orioles, 46-7. And we'll be looking at our schedule here in just a little bit. Very quickly, Westfield is 29-55 over the last 10 years. They have a 32-59 record since 2002. They have winning marks against Harrison and Lafayette Jeff, 500 against McCutcheon and Noblesville, but only 6 victories total against the top 5 schools in conference play since 2002. They have yet to beat Hamilton Southeastern in 12 tries, and they're only 1-9 against Avon. The Orioles won last year, 42-6. Noblesville, 29-54 over the last 10 years, 1-6 in postseason play. They have 1 winning record. That was against Harrison, 500 against Westfield and McCutcheon, below 500 in the top 5 schools. And McCutcheon is 28-58, 1-3 in the postseason play. Harrison is 18-68. They are the bottom feeder, and tragically, of course, because I remember them winning a state championship one year. Last year, they are 0-10, and they have no winning records in 10 years. Last year, of course, Avon won 51-0, and they went winless last year for the second time in 7 years. They have scored only 30 points all last year. So they're kind of hurting. Hopefully we're looking for something to rebound for them. I don't have much time left. Let's look at the schedule for the rest of the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Brownsburg is at Brownsburg is at McCutcheon tomorrow, and Brian Scott will be soloing there tomorrow at noon. That will be a noon kickoff for Brownsburg at McCutcheon. There was a death in one of the faculty, I believe, members there, and so they postponed tonight's game. Noblesville's at Fishers tonight. Westfield is at Harrison, and Zionsville is at Lafayette Jeff. Now, very, very quickly, before Brian shoves me out of here, let's take a look at our schedule on ASO. That's right, ASO, right? Audio Sports Online. Don't want to foul that up. Next Friday night, of course, Brian and I will be there, audio only. We will be at Kokomo. We'll be covering Plainfield for 3 away games. Coach Shelburne will not be with us, but we will be there at Kokomo next Friday night Then August 31st, Avon will be hosting Harrison. We will be here with Coach Shelburne. The September 7th will be, of course, the doubleheader at Lucas Oil Stadium. The first game, of course, will be Hamilton Southeastern and Zionsville. That'll be at 6. The second game of the doubleheader, 8:30 p.m., Fishers against Avon. And again, Brian Scott and Coach Dave Shelburne for that one. September 14th, again, Brian Scott and I will be at Greenwood. The Quakers will be taking on Greenwood. September 21st, Avon will be taking on Noblesville here. Again, Brian Scott and Coach Dave Shelburne with that. 28th, we will be at Franklin. Plainfield will be at Franklin for Brian Scott and myself. Audio only. And then we'll wrap the season up. Avon here against McCutcheon and on October 5th. And then Hamilton Southeastern at McCutcheon on October 12th. And of course, by then we'll know the sectional draws. So I appreciate you listening, and stay tuned again. Right after these messages, we'll be back live for more play-by-play and reflection by Brian Scott and Coach Dave Shelburne.
Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. McDonald's is a proud supporter of Avon, Brownsburg, and Danville Athletics and is the home of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show, heard every Saturday morning on 1610 AM XRB and XRBradio.com. Be sure to join us beginning August 18th from 8 to 9 a.m. for the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show with interviews of local coaches and student athletes. The show will be airing at the following locations. On August 18th, they'll be in Brownsburg on Main Street next to Marsh. On August 25th, at Avon at State Road 267 next to Kroger, and on September 1st in Danville on Main Street. The McDonald's in Avon, just off 267 and 36, invite you to join them for the grand reopening of their newly remodeled store. Be sure to join them on September the 8th at 2 p.m. for a special appearance by Ronald McDonald himself. In celebration of their reopening, there will be great $1 specials all day long, including the Cherry Berry Chiller. August 12th through 18th, all week long, stop by and enjoy a $1 Egg McMuffin and Big Mac. That's the grand reopening of the Avon McDonald's on 267 and 36. A proud supporter of Avon High School football on AudioSportsOnline.com, ABC Roofing Company is your local source for roofing, siding, gutters, insulation, and more. ABC Roofing has been serving Indy now for 38 years. ABC Roofing Company has received the Angie's List Super Service Award for an unprecedented 13 consecutive years. The ABC Roofing Company is also the area's only Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofing contractor, only one of 3 in the entire state of Indiana. They also offer a lifetime workmanship guarantee backed 100% by Owens Corning. ABC Roofing is located at 8499 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 317-228-9882 or check them out on the web at www.abcrfg.com. Sullivan's Tire Plus is a proud supporter of Avon Oriole football on ASO, and they want to remind you that in order to receive a complete oil change for just $18.99, all you have to do is like them on Facebook. They have 2 locations, one in Danville and one at 8397 East US 36 in Avon. You can call them for all your automotive needs and questions at 317-272-5050 Monday through Saturday. Sullivan's Tire Plus, voted the best of Hendricks County for 3 years in a row. Welcome back to Oriole Stadium as both teams have made their ways back onto the field for warm-ups. Before we get the second half underway, you're watching Oriole football on AudioSportsOnline.com, also on XRBRadio.com, the voice of Hendricks County, and, of course, the Hendricks County Flyer, your county, your paper, the Hendricks County Flyer. Don't forget, all Oriole game and all action you see on AudioSportsOnline.com this year is available as an on-demand podcast, 100% free of charge, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 365 days a year. We usually have those games up 24 to 36 hours after the completion of that game. And you can go to AudioSportsOnline.com to watch any of the Oriole action this season. Also want to remind you, Mark Bless's Coaches podcast is available Monday evenings on audiosportsonline.com. Rob Kendall and Coach Bless talk about what happened last night, or in this case tonight, what happens the next week, and everything that goes on in Avon Oriole football. That's Mark Bless's Coach's Show podcast every Monday evening on audiosportsonline.com. I want to thank Doug Edens for giving us the halftime report. We are tied at 7 as we get ready for second half action, and I bring the coach Dave Shelbourne back in. Avon with a very impressive opening drive. They go 68 yards. They do it in 10 plays. Nolan Woolley on the receiving end of a 14-yard Cole Johnson touchdown pass. That made it 7-0. Hamilton Southeastern, after a few 3-and-outs and some good defense by Avon, they resort to a little bit of trickery as Ryan Roberts uses a halfback option pass to Jacob Wright. 63 yards later, Wright is in the end zone. The point after is good, and we end this first half pretty much the way we started it. We are all tied up at 7. And as you said, Coach May, Coach Bless, got some good things to talk about, got some things they want to get corrected, but all in all, for the very first game, not too bad.
Well, really pretty typical. Usually early in the seasons, you'll see defenses dominate, and Avon's offensive first series was a thing of beauty, and that's what you have to do against the defensive style that Southeastern plays. Like I mentioned, it's a really kind of a conservative bend but not break, run after the football, try not to give up any big plays. And the way you attack a defense like that is you really have to be flawless in your execution. You've got to 4 and 5 yard them to death and, complete those key plays when you do. And I think 9 out of 10 plays for Avon on the first drive were positive yardage. The drives after that, Avon either made some little minor mistakes or Southeastern's defense forced them into it, and they got them off schedule, forced them into some third and long situations, and that kind of played into their hands. Avon's defense, by contrast, is a far more aggressive style of defense. They're going to get at you and force you to make mistakes, but at the same time, when you're in that blitzing, pressuring type defense, you're leaving your DBs back there in a little man-to-man situation. For the most part, they played most of the plays pretty well. They had the one mental slip-up on the play. They aggressively came up, tried to stop what they thought was a sweep play, and one of their defenders, and I'm sure they were down there coaching like crazy at halftime, made a mental error, came up a little bit too quickly and left his man wide open in the secondary. But I think overall both teams should be pleased with their defense. The offenses really look good in spurts, but the whole key to offense this time of year is that consistency.
And we saw that a lot with Avon here in this first half. A very impressive first drive, and it seems, Coach, that on a lot of their drives they were getting good second and manageable yards, 2nd down and 4, 2nd down and 5. But then Hamilton Southeastern's defense would step up and push Avon back into a little bit tougher play.
They pressured when they had to, and again they forced Avon after the first series into a lot of third and long situations, and anytime you're in third and long, that makes things a little bit tougher. I think also they figured out a little bit that Cole Johnson is a threat. He's an unknown quantity coming in, and now they know they have to defend him as well.
Royals will take this second half kickball. This is Wright. He starts back at his 5, busted up the middle, breaks a tackle to the 30, to the 40. Edwards there, and he will finally run him out of bounds. But a very impressive, good return by Jacob Wright. He'll return the second half kickoff all the way into Oriole territory, and Southeastern will have good field position to start the second half.
Yeah, not the way you want to start a half. If you're Avon, the defense is going to have to come out here and buckle down. It's been a game of momentum. Avon pretty well dominated the first quarter of play. I think Southeastern came back and kind of evened things up at halftime, and whoever establishes themselves in the third quarter is going to get ahead in the game.
We mentioned Southeastern missing both of their top running backs. Hardy gets the play action passes. Risley keeps it himself, runs around the right side, breaks a tackle, spins, and he'll get inside the 40 down to about the 39-yard line and pick up 9 yards on the play. We mentioned Southeastern missing both their top running backs. Demetrius Crockham, he is out for the season with a knee injury, and Ryan Ripp, who was expected to split those carries with Crockham. Ripp being looked at by Oregon He is out with an undisclosed injury, but earlier in the week, Scott May said he wasn't going to be able to play. But Hunter Hardy and Ryan Ford have stepped up, and the one thing you can always say about Southeastern, they run the ball well. Here's Risley on a keeper. He'll go right over his 5'10", 230-pound junior center Tyler Klink and pick up the first down.
Yeah, the other thing that they traditionally do very well is they don't beat themselves. And, offensively they've, been kept it pretty close to the vest. They haven't done anything really out of the ordinary other than one little halfback pass. But, they've moved the football. Coach May and Southeastern's philosophy has always been one of those, they'd rather go 3 and out and punt and play good field position and count on the other team to make a mistake. And, every now and then they're going to break one. And, Avon's defense is going to have to be disruptive, for the style of play they play. Southeastern hasn't had a turnover yet either, and, those are going to be big here in the second half.
And we are going to have a quick timeout called by Royal coach Scott May, not happy at all, and he has to burn an early timeout in a very tight game. 10:45 left to go, third quarter. We're tied at 7. You're watching Oriole football on audiosportsonline.com. Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. Coach Scott May of the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, not a happy camper, did not have what I believe the personnel he wanted on the field for this 1st and 10. They will go with a tight formation. They will bring right in motion. He'll swing to the far side. And they will give to Ford. Ford will go right up the middle before he is brought down by this 5'8", 205-pound senior defensive end, Austin Merrill, a pickup of about 4 yards on the play.
That back was at least 3 steps in motion toward the line of scrimmage. I can't believe there wasn't a flag on that play.
It'll be second down and about 7. Ball will be spotted at Avon's 33-yard line. Clock moving, 10:18, third quarter. 7-7 is our score. This is Polk to the near side. They will bring tight end in motion to the near side. And the give is to Hardy. Bounces it to the right side. Finds a little bit of room before he is finally brought down after a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. TJ Wilson, the outside linebacker, with the tackle. They'll spot the ball inside the 30 at around the 28-yard line, but play is stopped. We got a penalty flag, and this looks like a personal foul face mask against the Orioles, and that's going to give Hamilton Southeastern an automatic first down. Well, as Coach mentioned, one of the things Southeastern waits for you to do is make mistakes to beat yourselves with. This is a big one as it marches the ball well down inside the red zone of Avon.
I'm sure Southeastern's thinking touchdown here, but they're definitely in field goal range if that doesn't happen as well. So, that's a thought in the back of their mind. In a game like this, it's important to put any kind of points on the board. If you're Southeastern, a touchdown is huge. A field goal is not too bad.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of Avon. Risley under center. Gives the ball. This is Hardy right up the middle. He'll pick up a couple of yards on the play before he is stuffed. I believe Isaiah Robinson in on the tackle for the black and gold after a pickup of about a yard or so.
Avon's interior defense has played pretty well right now. I'm a little bit surprised that Southeastern hasn't tried to get outside a little bit more. Robinson's not a real tall kid, but he's got that big body, takes up a lot of room, and he's tough to block inside.
Second down, let's call it a long 8. An offset eye to the right. They'll pitch coming around the far side and making a very, very nice play is Ryan Bradley. As he stops the running back Ryan Ford for looks like a loss of about 2 on the play back to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, they have their wide receiver personnel in here. It looks like they're going to open it up a little bit. Again, they're 3rd and 11. They're on the 15, 16-yard line. So, if they can get the first down, that's certainly what they want to do. But at the same time, what they don't want to do is turn the ball over here because they are in field goal position.
Chris Ford is the wide receiver to the near side. Polkin right or to the far side. Here's Risley. He rolls to his left. Pressure coming. He turns it up, and he's going to be brought down. Coming in from behind, Elijah Daniels, among others. I'm sure Ross Risley, when he gets up, he's going to wonder what that truck was that landed on his back. And that was 6'4", 250-pound senior outside linebacker Elijah Daniel. It's a pickup of about 3, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and here comes the field goal team. And, you know, they get the ball in position. You know, I don't know what it is with the soccer star kickers, but they'd prefer the ball to be on the left hash. And, you know, the thought process here maybe, I'm sure, was to get the first down, but they've got him lined up to where he wants to be.
Dahlke, this will be from about 25 yards, and he misses it to the right. So the Orioles dodge a big bullet there after the face mask penalty, put it in the red zone. Defense stiffens up. The Royals miss the field goal, and Avon will be taking over 1st and 10. And they will spot the ball at the 20.
Yeah, and in a game this tight with both defenses playing as well as they're playing, that missed field goal was huge. That gives, Avon a little breathing room, gives the offense an opportunity to get going here, and it's important that they reestablish the momentum that they had on the opening drive.
7:54 left to go in this third quarter, 7-7 game, as Avon will have the ball for the first time, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Handoff is to the tailback, and he will try to run over the left side as Cody Baker, and he will pick up maybe about 2-3 yards on the play. Chet Maxey with the tackle. It's a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Ball will be spotted, well, say a gain of maybe 2, as it'll be spotted closer to the 22-yard line.
And this is exactly what Southeastern wants. Again, four or less on first down, and they feel like they're ahead. 2-yard gain on first down. Their defense is feeling pretty good right now.
Batustik and Edwards to the far side. Woolley is to the near side. Here's a give to Green. Bounces out to the right. Turns the corner, and he's going to be brought down very close to a horse collar. But that's also one of the new rules of emphasis this year, is that the horse collar must be from behind. And if you get them more toward the side or to the front, they're going to be a lot less likely to make that call this year.
Nice run, though. He was able to get to the corner. Good job by the offensive line, and a very nice run. Looked like it wasn't going to get much. Ended up being a 6-yard gain. And, again, the momentum back to Avon, but a key 3rd and 2 situation here early in the third quarter.
Green, the fullback, Baker, the tailback on this 3rd and 2. Johnson under center, tries to get him to jump, and he succeeds. Good hard count by the senior quarterback Johnson, and it looks like he's going to entice Hamilton Southeastern across the line of scrimmage. A free 5 yards and a free first down for Avon.
Yeah, good discipline by the Avon offense. Tough to tell sometimes. Might have been a called situation. They might have sent in a long count. Avon stayed and did what they were supposed to do, showed great discipline, and picked up the cheap first down.
So they'll spot the ball just beyond the 32-yard line of Avon. 1st and 10. Clock moving, 6:16 left to go third quarter, 7-7 tie. This time Johnson will go into the shotgun, flanked by Baker and Green. And before this play can get going, they will blow it dead. As the
looks like an Avon wide receiver, I think, left early.
So it will be a legal procedure, so they'll give the 5 yards back that they gained, but it will remain first down, but it'll be 1st and 15. As coming to the sideline is Cole Johnson to get the play firsthand. For this 1st and 15, with the ball now spotted at around the 28-yard line. He will head back to the huddle where he will look over a Royal defensive front. Wide receivers, Batustik to the near side, Edwards to the far side. 4 down for Hamilton Southeastern. Split back, or offset eye to the right, I should say, as Johnson fakes the handoff. Play action pass, looks, but it's tipped at the line, and it's caught. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it falls into the hands of a lineman. That is Chase Alexander, the center. Since it was tipped, he's perfectly eligible to catch that ball. And the big fellow runs down and picks up about 10 yards on the play.
Every lineman's dream. I'm sure that story will be told a million times at the 25-year reunion.
And they'll be breaking bigger tackles each year.
And that 5-yard run will be 50 by that time as well.
It is a pickup of about 9. That's going to make it 2nd and 6 as the clock hits the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Johnson keeps it after the fake handoff, breaks a tackle, takes it down the far sideline, and is finally drugged down. Reitzig able to bring down the big 6'2", 200-pound senior quarterback, but an excellent fake and a beautiful run by Johnson.
Yeah, actually, it was well defended. I mean, the defender was there to make the tackle. Cole just made a miss. I mean, again, he's a quality athlete playing a different position, but he's still making those athletic plays, and he's kept the drive alive. Avon's field position is very good here, and you can just see the emotion on their side right now.
They've taken it into Royal territory now. They will set up shop at Hamilton Southeastern's 40-yard line as Johnson goes to the shotgun, 3 wides near side. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff to Green, keep it. He'll fire looking for Batustik, and Batustik with a nice adjustment to come back for the football, cradles it in. It's a short gain, but a good adjustment by Matt.
Yeah, from sitting up here, I mean, good throw and good catch, but a little bit of a scary play. Rolling out to the left, they put good pressure on. Cole did put the ball on the money, but
There's a flag on the play.
And this one looks like it's coming back, however, as a penalty flag is down at around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, probably a hold.
And one of those things, when you do see your quarterback scrambling, you usually get a lineman or somebody trying to keep the defender off his back, and that usually will result in a hold. And this is a huge penalty as they will march it all the way back to the Avon 43-yard line.
You take away the gain, that actually ends up being a 20-yard penalty, and that's a drive killer.
They will spot the ball back at the 43-yard line. 1st and a half mile to go. Here's the fake handoff, and keeping it is Johnson, but good defense. Another penalty flag comes in from the referee, Dakota Thomas, with a good bit of defense, stayed at home, brought down Johnson. We'll see what the penalty flag's about.
Blocking the back by the wide receiver.
So Avon, as I mentioned in the first half, had been very disciplined. Things kind of falling apart here. An illegal block in the back called against Avon, and they're just going to keep marching the wrong way. This drive started at the 20-yard line, and before all is said and done, they are getting close to marching right back where they started, as the ball will be spotted at the 32-yard line. It is 1st down and 38 yards to go.
Yeah, we need a calculator to figure this one out.
Johnson in the shotgun. Green to his right, just behind him. He'll bring Edwards in motion. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, runs right up the middle, and he's going to get a few yards, but not a whole lot as the Royal defense stays home up the middle, and he'll pick up a couple, but not a whole lot, up to the 36-yard line, 2nd down. Clock moves under 4 minutes here in this third quarter. We're tied at 7. As entering the, it will be Dane Thomas entering the lineup. He will line up in a slot, or he will line up with Edwards and Batustik over to the right. So 3 wide receivers to the right. Green, the lone man in backfield with Johnson, 4 down lineman for Hamilton Southeastern. Johnson gets away from one, takes a hit, delivers it to Edwards. Edwards gets it. Now we have a flag, and this might be face mask against Hamilton Southeastern. If so, Coach May is not going to be happy. Grant Hanna with the tackle. Good job by Cole Johnson to stand in, take the hit, deliver the ball to Edwards. And then Edwards looks like he was brought down by the face mask. He was.
Chase has to call against the Royals.
As they will march this one off against Hamilton Southeastern. Edwards brought down at Avon's 42-yard line, and then they will march 5 yards, so this will not be an automatic first down. It will give them another 5 yards, and they will replay second down. So second down still, about 23 yards to go. Again, Avon has to get it down to the Royal 30-yard line. Clock at 3:24 in the third quarter. Two wide receivers to the near side. One will go far side as Johnson stays in the shotgun. Green to his right, just slightly behind him. Johnson with a snap. Good protection. Steps up, fires downfield, intercepted. This is Reitzig. He's at the 50. Eludes one man to the 45. Cuts it near side to the 40. Hurdles over an Oriole defender. Will take it all the way down to the 32-yard line. And now a flag comes in from the referee after the play was over. And, Coach, I don't know if it was a matter of he was looking for a receiver who didn't break off the route or what, but he threw that right into the hands of the 6'2", 177-pound senior Reitzig, the free safety for the Royals.
That's, when you're sitting up here, that's exactly what it looked like, but I'm sure something happened because you don't throw the ball in there, like that unless you're anticipating a receiver breaking in there. It didn't look like he was really under that much pressure. Again, big play. They had their backs to the wall with the two penalties. This is the kind of play that, Southeastern hopes to capitalize on, although they pick up a 15-yard penalty here themselves. But the momentum certainly has gone their way.
Second interception of the game of Cole Johnson. And the personal foul penalty is going to move this ball back, but it will remain in Oriole territory at the 47-yard line. 3:02 in the third quarter remains, and we are tied at 7 as Hamilton Southeastern looks to capitalize on some good field position as Ross Risley bends under center. He gives it to Hardy, who just tries to follow the big guys up the middle, and he's going to probably pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
3 or 4 hard yards. I mean, that's the way they want to get after it. But running the football from tackle to tackle against this defensive front of Avon with the style they play is going to be tough. I think if they're going to move the football, they're going to have to do it by getting outside and throwing the football a little bit. I'm not too sure that you can take advantage or that you can really hurt Avon's defense by running inside.
Risley has not looked overly good throwing the ball. He has been well off at times, but Southeastern's been able to run the ball fairly effectively. And this 2nd and 7, here's a pass down the middle, and now we're going to have all sorts of flags as the pass was intended for Jacob Wright, bumped off by Dane Thomas, and David Griffith was also in the vicinity, and this time the flags come out against Avon.
Pass interference against Avon.
Dane Thomas and David Griffith in coverage. It would have had to have been a perfect throw, which I don't think Risley was going to hit him. But it was close enough to draw the flags. And that's going to bring the ball down of 15 yards. We'll put it at the 29-yard line of Avon, 1st and 10. 2:10 left to go, third quarter. Avon has dodged a bullet here in this second half as Connor Dahlke missed on a 25-yard field goal after Hamilton Southeastern got it into the red zone, and now Avon's defense staring down the barrel of the gun once again. They'll bring a man in motion to the near side. Here's a give to Hardy, and he is stuffed and dropped. And Dane Thomas, who may have had the flag against him for the pass interference, he comes in and shoots the gap and makes a nice play.
He does, and that's a big play, but that's your cornerback, and that's the thing that, you take the chance and you make that big play for the gain there, but, when your DB's making a play in the backfield, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Southeastern come back here with some kind of play-action pass to try to take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Avon defensive backs.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12, ball at the 31-yard line. Dropping back as Risley fires near side. Polk gets the ball, and he'll be dropped as he takes it down to about the 21-yard line. Thomas again on the tackle. And it will be a gain of about 10. That'll make it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, nice call. Good conservative play. They ran the inside receiver off deep, ran the outside receiver on a little short inside route. If he's open, you throw him the ball short and hope he can run for it. He was able to catch the ball and run for a couple extra yards. And again, they're down here about the 20-yard line, so they're certainly in scoring range.
Under a minute left here in the 3rd quarter on this 3rd and 2. Hardy with the ball, and he is not going to make the first down marker. He may not have even gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Great penetration inside. Again, that blitzing style. They brought some extra bodies, blitzed the linebacker, slanted their linemen, made it very disruptive for Southeastern's offensive line to block it. Looks like they're still going for it here.
Well, Coach May had his kicker out there for a 25-yard earlier. He missed it wide right.
Looks like he's reconsidering.
He's already used 1 timeout. Play clock still with 17 seconds, and now they're going to pull him off the field. And Coach May be forced to take his second timeout, but he will be able to reach the quarter. There is about a 3-second difference in clocks, and so he's going to have the time between the 3rd and the 4th to think this one over. We've played 3 quarters of football at Oriole Stadium. We are tied at 7 as we head to the 4th. You're watching Oriole football on AudioSportsOnline.com, XRBRadio.com, and the Hendricks County Flyer. McDonald's is a proud supporter of Avon Brownsburg in Danville Athletics and is the home of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show, heard every Saturday morning on 1610 AM XRB and XRBRadio.com. Be sure to join us beginning August 18th from 8 to 9 a.m. for the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show with interviews of local coaches and student athletes. The show will be airing at the following locations. On August 18th, they'll be in Brownsburg on Main Street next to Marsh. On August 25th, at Avon at State Road 267 next to Kroger, and on September 1st in Danville on Main Street. The McDonald's in Avon, just off 267 and 36, invite you to join them for the grand reopening of their newly remodeled store. Be sure to join them on September the 8th at 2 p.m. for a special appearance by Ronald McDonald himself. In celebration of their reopening, there will be great $1 specials all day long, including the Cherry Berry Chiller. August 12th through 18th, all week long, stop by and enjoy a $1 Egg McMuffin and Big Mac. That's the grand reopening of the Avon McDonald's on 267 and 36. We're ready for the 4th quarter here at Oriole Stadium alongside the coach Dave Shelburne and Doug Edens. I'm Brian Scott. 4th and 1, and Coach May has elected to go for it. He will put Risley under center, backs in the eye. Give us to the tailback. This is Hardy. He slips a tackle, and he will run down to about the 10-yard line, picking up a first down.
Yeah, a little misdirection. Good blocking on the right side of the line by Hamilton Southeastern. That's a play that tomorrow morning is going to be big here. They had a chance to stop them, and Southeastern converted when they had to.
They'll spot the ball at 11, so it will be 1st and 10. The Royals can get a first down without getting a touchdown. And as they break the huddle, Risley checks back with his running backs, Ryan Ford and Hunter Hardy. And now Hardy will go down. Looks like he's got a cramp. As they started to head up toward the line of scrimmage, Hardy took a couple of steps and he collapsed, and the Royal training staff will come out to take a look at the running back. We're going to take a quick timeout ourselves. Just underway 4th quarter, 7-7, Orioles and Royals. This is Oriole football on ASO. A proud supporter of Avon High School football on AudioSportsOnline.com, ABC Roofing Company is your local source for roofing, siding, gutters, insulation, and more. ABC Roofing has been serving Indy now for 38 years. ABC Roofing Company has received the Angie's List Super Service Award for an unprecedented 13 consecutive years. The ABC Roofing Company is also the area's only Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofing contractor, only one of 3 in the entire state of Indiana. They also offer a lifetime workmanship guarantee backed 100% by Owens Corning. ABC Roofing is located at 8499 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 317-228-9882 or check them out on the web at www.abcrfg.com. Hunter Hardy walks off under his own power as play resumes here in the fourth quarter. 7-7, Royals first and 10. Risley fakes the handoff, looks, fires, corner of the end zone, way overthrown, looking for Cameron Polk. Well defended over in that corner by Devin Michael, and it'll bring up second and 10.
Yeah, good play call, though. They've been running the football inside a little bit, first down play. Take a chance. You know, I really was a little bit surprised that the quarterback didn't take the ball and run. It looked like he had the corner, but, you know, if he thinks he's got the receiver open in a touchdown, you certainly, you know, want to go in that direction.
They'll bring up second down and 10 yards to go. Ball on the 11. Looks like Hardy is back in at tailback. Ryan Ford, the fullback. Risley under center. Quick drop. Throws for a fade route. Goes into the end zone, but
that's either a hold or interference.
As a penalty flag dropped around the 3rd-yard line, looking for Polk. And it looks like Devin Michael was once again in coverage. So the officials will get together on this one, and we'll see what they come out with. Pass interference is going to be the call against the Orioles. So they'll go half the distance to the goal, but it will bring up first and goal. And they will spot the ball just outside the 5-yard line. First down and goal to go for Hamilton Southeastern. They looking to take their first lead of this contest. And we are tied at 7. High backfield. Risley gives it to Hardy. Hardy up the middle, and he's going to gain about 3 yards before the interior of that Oriole defense can bring him down, but he'll bring it inside the 2.
Yeah, they're close. Good first down play. Good surge off the line of scrimmage.
And once again, they will stop. They will stop the clock, and a timeout has been called by Avon. 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 7, but the Royals are knocking on the door. This is Avon Varsity Football on ASO, XRBRadio.com, and the Hendricks County Flyer. Sullivan's Tire Plus is a proud supporter of Avon Oriole football on ASO, and they want to remind you that in order to receive a complete oil change for just $18.99, all you have to do is like them on Facebook. They have 2 locations, one in Danville and one at 8397 East US 36 in Avon. You can call them for all your automotive needs and questions at 317-272-5050 Monday through Saturday. Sullivan's Tire Plus, voted the best of Hendricks County for 3 years in a row. Orioles take a timeout on defense as Hamilton Southeastern knocking on the door. Second down and goal. Ball spotted just inside the 2-yard line. And the Orioles looking to stiffen up that defense and try to hold Hamilton Southeastern out of the end zone. Royals will come out once again in an I backfield, jumbo set, as Risley goes under center.
Yeah, they're unbalanced to the left side here as well.
And Risley will keep it himself. He will go over center. No signal yet. Officials come in from the sideline, and they call the touchdown. Ross Risley goes over center as Tyler Klink, 5'10", 230-pound junior center, leads the way, and the Royals get the touchdown. They're currently up 6, pending the point after. Connor Dahlke will be on to attempt the point after. As with 10:54 left to go in the fourth quarter, the Royals taking their first lead. The kick is up. The kick is good. 10:54 left to go in quarter number 4. The Royals take their first lead of the game. They lead Avon 14-7. You're watching Avon Varsity Football on ASO. Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. Avon on the previous drive with some inopportune penalties got pushed back. It was Reitzig's interception of Cole Johnson that set this drive up in 10 plays. 47 yards later, in 4 minutes and 7 seconds, Ross Risley converts from just about a yard out, and the Royals take their first lead of this contest. They lead 14-7 with 10:54 left to go in the ball game. It will be Jalen Edwards back deep along with David Griffith, and it's going to be picked up at the 12. And running right up the middle, this is actually Devin Michaels with the return, and Devin just turned on the afterburners, blew right up the middle, and he'll take it all the way out to the 42.
Devin has that speed. He's an outstanding track performer for the track team in the spring. Good student, quality kid. He's had done a great job as a cover corner here for the Orioles in the last couple of years as well.
So Avon with good field position. They'll start this drive on their own 42-yard line, trailing by a touchdown, and 10:48 left to go in the fourth quarter. Johnson will work out of the shotgun. He'll give the ball to Green. Green looking for some room around the outside. He's going to pick up some good hard yardage, all pretty much on his own, dragging a few Royals. He'll take it beyond the 45, close to the 46-yard line, and it'll be a pickup of about 4 yards.
A lot of white shirts on the tackle there. Southeastern right now playing with a little emotion at touchdown. Going ahead, Harris picked them up a little bit, and they're doing a nice job of running to the football defensively.
Bring up second down and 6 yards to go. 3 wides to the near side. Johnson with the snap. Runs near side. Pass is complete. Nice catch, tiptoeing the sideline as the pass is complete. And the reception by Nolan Woolley is going to be enough for an Oriole first down in Royal territory.
Yeah, everything was good that time. Protection was good. Cole got to the corner, made a nice throw on the run, and Nolan made a great catch inside. Stayed in bounds.
Orioles working quickly. Here's a dump off to Green, but smelled out nicely by Hamilton Southeastern. Making the tackle for the Royals was the defensive tackle, Dylan Wilker. And it's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play.
Yeah, Orioles right now, a little bit of a hurry-up package, something you save to try to turn the momentum around, try to catch Southeastern when they're not ready, and see if you can sneak in a big play.
2nd and 15, clock moving, under 9:45 left to go in the ball game. 14-7 HSE. Pass complete. That's Jalen Edwards. Eludes one tackle, Green down the sideline, and will take it inside the 30-yard line for an Oriole first down, but it's coming back as the referee signals a hold back at the 47-yard line. So another momentum breaker as the Orioles losing their focus here in the second half. Another big penalty, and this one is really going to push them back, as if it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul at the 47, that one's really going to push them back deep in their territory.
Well, it'll say 10 yards in the paper, but it really ended up being a 40-yard penalty because you took away the 30-yard completion, a nice throw and catch, momentum changer. Avon had the ball down here about the 25-yard line, and now they're going to be back on the other side on the 37. So that ends up being a huge penalty, not just in yardage, but in emotion and momentum as well.
Well, the Orioles in this second half have found themselves way too many times in this first, second, or third, and a country half acre to go. Second down, 31 yards to go, ball on the 37. Johnson steps back, gets the shotgun, now runs up the middle, and he's going to be drugged down from behind as coming in to make the play for Hamilton Southeastern is Jimmy McCarthy. the defensive tackle as he was just able to get a big paw on the back of Johnson's jersey and drag him down.
Yeah, coverage was good. You know, they know it's second and long. They're going to have to throw the ball down the field. Cole took a look, wasn't there. Very wisely, instead of forcing that ball downfield, just put the ball under his arm and took it upfield and got what he could. And, you know, they have a third and long, but at least they didn't turn the ball over.
3 wides will go to the far side. Green will stay in the backfield with Cole. Takes a snap. Now we'll keep it. Just a quarterback draw right up the middle. He's going to get some good yardage, and he will actually be able to get it back into HSE territory up to down to the 49-yard line, but it's going to bring 4th and very long.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those calls. I totally agree with the call. You know, it doesn't always go over real well with the people in the stands because they can't figure out why you're running the football when you're in a third down situation and you're down. But that's the smart move. That's a percentage move. You're showing confidence in your defense and your kicker right here. You know, what they need to do is punt this ball down, get good field position, hope for a turnover, a big play, if nothing else, good field position, and they're going to have to score on the next possession.
Polk and Reitzig will stand back at their 20 as Edwards puts a foot into it at his 40. High kick, fair catch called for by Polk, and he will take it at around the 20-yard line, and that's where Hamilton Southeastern will take over. They're up by a touchdown with 7:57 left to go in this fourth quarter, and they have the football 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So Avon really in a need of a 3-and-out here. Like to get some momentum, get the defense pumped up, get Hamilton Southeastern stop, and give this ball back to the offense with a lot of time left to see what they can do with it. 1st and 10 from the 20, 7:57 remains in the football game as Risley. And now we have a penalty flag. Too many men in the huddle as Hamilton Southeastern was trying to run off a man. And that's going to cost, and now they're going to pick up the flag. So now that's going to bring Coach Mark Bless out wanting to know what's going on, but they are going to check. Royal ran off the field, but I think afterwards they checked. They probably only had 10 men on the field anyway. So now they're running back on there to put 11 men on, and Risley will work out of the eye. Under center. Gives to Hardy. They fake the reverse. Hardy keeps it. Has a lot of room. Runs down the near side before finally Hamilton Southeastern is down with the tackle being made by Ryan Bradley, the free safety. They fake the reverse. Hardy keeps it, and he gets a big gain down to the 45-yard line to pick up a 25. So the Royals with a big play, first play of the drive.
And the clock is running.
Clock moves, 7:43 left to go fourth quarter. I backfield behind Risley, Ford, and Hardy. Fakes the handoff, drops back, fires down the field, and it's over the intended receiver, and that was Jacob Wright.
Nothing wrong with the call, but he was covered so well, I'm surprised he didn't throw that ball about 10 yards over the receiver's head.
David Griffith in coverage looked like that was Dane Thomas in coverage for Avon. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 7:31. They'll give it to Hardy. Looks for some room around the right side. Nothing doing. Maybe a yard at most. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long. So we'll see if the Avon defense can stiffen up on this 3rd down and 9. Ball will be spotted at the Royals' 46-yard line. Clock moves, under 7:10 left to go fourth quarter, and the Royals lead 14-7. Avon took the opening drive of the season, marched it down the field for a 7-0 lead, but since then they have been stymied. Crowd trying to get the defense up in this game. 3rd and 9. Grizzly will go under center. They'll bring a man in motion, penalty flag, and it's the illegal procedure called against Hamilton Southeastern. Back them up 5. So the crowd getting into it. And that might have caused one of the Royal offensive players to move a little early. So back the ball up to the 41-yard line of Hamilton Southeastern. That'll make it 3rd and 14. They need to take it to the Avon 45 to get a first down. Clock moves, 6:37 left to go, 4th quarter. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. This time, Risley will work out of the shotgun. Looks over a 3-man Oriole front, takes the ball. Wings it downfield, long pass overthrown. Dane Thomas in coverage. He was looking for Chris Ford, but well overthrown. And the Oriole defense has held, and they will force Hamilton Southeastern to punt the ball away with 6:21 left to go in the 4th quarter. Thomas and Griffith back deep for Avon. They'll stand back at around their 23-yard line as Dahlke will punt this ball away. He stands at his 28-yard line. Dahlke gets the snap, and Orioles come, but this one's going to be hit off the side of his foot, and it's going to go out of bounds. 3 Orioles converge near Dahlke. Might have made him get that one off the side of his foot, and in the end, Avon will have it 1st and 10 from their 34-yard line. 6:16 left to go in the 4th quarter, and the Orioles trail by a touchdown.
They have plenty of time here. There's no hurry, but they've just got to get a little get that confidence back. They've struggled a little bit since that opening drive. They've got to be able to put some plays together here. Hopefully, get a little catch and run. Maybe run that little sweep play and just break it big.
Woolley, Batustik, and Edwards all to the near side. Green in the backfield with Johnson. They'll swing it out to Edwards in the pass, just a little bit out of front of Jalen as Johnson tried to lead him just a little bit too much. Trying to get Edwards out here on the near side in the flat and open space. But Johnson's pass led him just a little bit too much, and it was out of his reach. 2nd and 10. Clock stops, 6:14 left to go. 4th quarter, Avon trailing 14-7. Edwards and Batustik will line up to the near side with Batustik in the slot. High backfield behind Cole Johnson. And the give is around the left side to Cody Baker. And Baker's going to pick up about 3-4 yards on the play up to the 30, just shy of the 38-yard line. It'll make it 3rd and 6. Orioles need a first down here. They cannot afford to go 3 and out. And they will bring Woolley and Batustik to the near side and send Jalen Edwards lined up as a wide out to the far side. And Anthony Green will line up just behind Cole Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson with the snap. Looks downfield. Fires off to the near side. Intercepted. Cameron Polk had it. He fumbled the ball, but falling on it. And now we're going to have it called incomplete. So the Orioles may dodge the bullet that it's not intercepted, but they are going to have to punt the ball away. Looked like they were looking for Woolley here over on the near side. Cameron Polk jumped the route, but couldn't come down with possession of the ball and get 2 feet down.
I'll tell you what, I want to see that one on film because that sure looked like an interception to me.
It will be 4th down for Avon, and it's going to send Niles Edwards back out to punt. Reitzig is going to be the deep man, single safety, as they're going to leave Polk as a short safety, just in case Avon has any thoughts of faking this one. But Edwards is going to put a foot into it. Sidewinding kick. It's going to drive Reitzig back, and he's going to fall on his backside at the 35. 5:20 left to go in the 4th quarter. Avon trails 14-7. McDonald, a proud supporter of Avon football on audiosportsonline.com. ABC Roofing Company is your local source for roofing, siding, gutters, insulation, and more. ABC Roofing has been in Indy now for 38 years. ABC Roofing Company has received the Angie's List Super Service Award for an unprecedented 13 consecutive years. The ABC Roofing Company is also the area's only Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofing contractor, only one of 3 in the entire state of Indiana. They also offer a lifetime workmanship guarantee backed 100% by Owens Corning. ABC Roofing is located at 8499 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 317-228-9882 or check them out on the web at www.abcrfg.com. Hunter Hardy takes the opening handoff of the drive for Hamilton Southeastern, and he is met rather rudely by Mr. Elijah Daniels. It's a loss of 3 on the play, back just outside the 21-yard line to make it second down and about 13 yards to go. Clock moving, 4:44 left to go, fourth quarter. Royals with the football and a 14-7 lead. Crowd trying to urge this defense on as Hamilton Southeastern goes to a jumbo set. They will try to do a toss sweep around the near side. Penalty flag down. Devin Michaels makes a nice tackle as he stops that play cold. With the football for Hamilton Southeastern was Phoenix Badua. Holding is going to be called against Hamilton Southeastern. They will likely decline this, as it will make it third down unless Coach, well, is he looking to push him back? They should decline this penalty, as the officials were starting to march it off. Finally, Coach Bless makes it known that no, he wants the result of the play. They will decline the tackle by Michael on Badul. Will take it back to the 19-yard line. It's going to make it third down and very long. 4:28 remains in this fourth quarter. 14-7, the Royals with the lead, but the Avon defense looking to stiffen it up here. Risley fakes the handoff, rolls to the far side, looks, he'll keep it. Line of scrimmage. It's almost intercepted by Devin Michael, but it's irrelevant as Risley well beyond the line of scrimmage, and the flag comes in from the side judge as Risley let that ball go just outside the 20-yard line. And it would be an illegal forward pass if indeed that is the call. The call is, they called intentional grounding, but I don't believe that is the call they were looking for. I think it was an illegal forward pass. But they signal intentional grounding. Either way, it's going to bring up fourth down, and the Orioles will get the ball back with a little over 4 minutes left to go.
Intentional grounding called against the Royals, loss of down.
So it may not be the right call, but in the end, it's still going to bring up fourth down, and Avon's going to have the football. Now the officials are still talking this one over. They are going to mark the ball back 5 yards to the 15-yard line. And that's going to set up Connor Dahlke punting at about his 2. David Griffith is going to stand back at the 50-yard line. Now he'll back up to the 48 as a single safety. Dahlke awaits the snap. Low snap, he gets a hold of it, just gets it away. Griffith at the 50, to the 45, up the middle, to the 35, 30, 25, 20, 20, 10, 5, and David Griffith will take it back 52 yards, and the Avon Orioles are an extra point away from tying this football game up. Griffith made a few Hamilton Southeastern Royals miss, eluded a tackle, plowed through another, and he takes it all the way back. And Hamilton Southeastern now, they're going to watch Niles Edwards come on for the potential game-tying point after. Still over 4 minutes left to go in this football game, as Avon sets up for this big point after. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and we are tied at 14 with 4:07 left to go in this fourth quarter. Back after this. This is Avon football on ASO. Well, we will keep it right here. And, Coach, if there's one way to get back into a football game, that's an exciting way to get back into it.
Well, you know, Avon's needed a break, and they finally got one. They played hard the entire night. They fought very hard to try to make some plays. You know, they needed something like that, either the interception or a turnover by Southeastern. Griffith's a great returner. The low snap, I think, kind of screwed up the timing for the coverage. He caught the ball, made that big first move, got through the first wave, and, you know, once he got through there, it's just a kicker left, and, you know, you're better at can miss it. That's exactly what he did. That's a huge play, momentum-wise. Now the defense, you know, there's still 4 minutes to go here, so if we can get a 3-and-out here, we still got time to, you know, to get that score and win the game.
Avon on their previous 2 possessions by Hamilton Southeastern, the defense has managed to tighten up and deny Hamilton to get the ball back. This time the punt return ties the football game at 14, and now the defense will once again be asked to keep Hamilton Southeastern pinned down. Edwards will kick this one away, and he will kick it to the far side. Polk will let it bounce, and he will be fortunate to watch that one go into the end zone. Polk thought about catching it, and in the end, that ball almost took a sand wedge and died at the 1-yard line, but it manages to cross the end zone, and Hamilton Southeastern will have it 1st and 10 on the 20.
Yeah, and, you know, this is one of those situations for them. You know, I mean, they certainly want to score, but the last thing in the world they want to do is turn the ball over this far down in their territory. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of play calls they come up with. You know, they've moved the ball sporadically on offense, but it's not like they've got something that they can hang their hat on here tonight either. So this is a good opportunity for the Avon defense to get after it and see if they can make something happen.
Risley has been stymied on his pass attempts. He'll drop back, and this one's going to be broken up, but this is going to draw a flag. This time, coming in to make the play was Dane Thomas, but they're going to get him going over the back, I believe, of Connor Polk. Again, as Coach said, Avon, a very aggressive defense. And one of the things coming after a big play like that, you get a pumped-up defense. Sometimes they're a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, you know, I just hope that, you know, defensively we're smart enough here not to be too aggressive and, you know, bite on that double fake, or, you know, they've set it up here a little bit to see a hitch and go or an out and up, or, you know, some kind of double move route here, because right now Avon's playing very aggressively, and you want that to continue, but the last thing in the world we need to do here is give up a big play.
Avon crowd getting back into a jumbo set by Southeastern. Give to Hardy. Hardy breaks a tackle, rumble up to about the 40-yard line before he is tackled. Brought down by T.J. Wilson of the Orioles. Pick up of about 5 yards. Clock moves. Under 3:50 left to go, fourth quarter. We're tied at 14. A couple of big plays on both sides of the ball in tonight's game. Hamilton Southeastern with a halfback option pass that led for a touchdown, and Avon has returned a punt for a touchdown. 2nd down and 5. 2 wides to the far side. High backfield behind Risley. Risley drops back. Looks, pump fakes, flies downfield. Had a man wide open. Connor Polk was running down the far sideline wide open, but Risley overthrows him, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
They just, you know, that's called a switch route. They just took the 2 outside receivers and basically crisscrossed them, and should have been the inside linebacker or the outside linebacker that had picked up the man on that on the out and up, and I'm not sure what happened to him, but Avon caught a break there because he was wide open. He probably would have walked right in the end zone if they'd have got him the ball.
3 minutes, 20 seconds left, fourth quarter. Avon defense, if they can hold it here, would have plenty of time and 2 timeouts. Fakes the handoff. Risley rolls far side. Fires downfield. Incomplete. Was looking for Jacob Wright, but Wright well out of bounds. Dane Thomas on the coverage, and that'll bring up 4th down for Hamilton Southeastern.
I'm a little bit surprised he didn't run there. It looked like he had some room on the corner, and, he really only needed 5 yards, but thought he had enough room upfield, even though Avon had the good man-to-man coverage, and went ahead and threw it in there and tried to complete it for the first down.
Griffith back as a single safety. Dayton Thomas was going to go back there with him. And Les said, no, we want you up.
Well, it looks like they're going after it here. They've got a lot of people up. Avon's they're going to pressure the punt. He's had 2 low snaps.
Dalkey stands at around his 28-yard line. This is a high snap, gets it away. Griffith will take it at the 31. Makes one man miss, and he will pick up to about the 36-yard line, and that's where Avon will take over. First down and 10, 3:05 left to go. This fourth quarter, we are tied at 14. The defense has done their job. Now it's time for the offense to see what they can do with 3:05 left, and they will have to travel 64 yards, or as Coach says, they have a good kicker with a strong leg. Now they want to eat up some time. They'll start this drive at the 36-yard line. And Johnson will bend under center. Offset eye to the right. Johnson hands the ball off. This is Baker, and he kept it. Tried to find Anthony Green here on the near side, leaking out into the flat, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, a little bootleg play, waggle play, pretty popular playing football. Try to get the defense thinking you're running at one direction. Quarterback has the option to roll out. He did have Green wide open. Out in the flat, throw was just a little bit high. He got a hand on it, but it would have taken a really, really good catch.
Edwards to the far side, Batustik to the near side. Baker and Green in the backfield. Johnson. Cole with a snap. Gives the handoff. Here's Baker. Gets around the corner. Room to the 50. Finally out of bounds. And he will be tackled out of bounds by Zach Rietzig. But a fine run by Cody Baker. 1st and 10. Avon in Royal territory.
Blocking up front. He hit the corner running full speed. They got the defensive end hooked. He got outside and ran hard, got the ball up to midfield. There's still plenty of time. We got 3 minutes to go here, so Avon doesn't have to be in a huge hurry. They can be patient. They can use the whole playbook.
It's been everything you would expect between two of the top teams in the HCC. We're tied at 14, closing minutes of the fourth quarter. Cole waits for the snap in the shotgun, keeps it, tries to find some room around the left side. The defense comes, and Johnson, that big athletic body, he's able to make a little bit out of nothing. He picks up about 4 yards. Looked like he might have been dropped for little to no gain, but he just turned his shoulders, turned it upfield, and managed to pick up about 4. Spot the ball inside the 45, nose of the football on the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Clock moves, 2:24 left to go. In this fourth quarter, we're tied at 14.
Yeah, not a bad play. They're going to have to speed things up here a little bit. Took a little time getting this play in and getting the team to break the huddle, and that clock is moving pretty quickly here. They're going to have to be concerned with the time from here on out.
Batustik in the slot near side, but the give is to Green, and he's going to be met and dropped back at the 50-yard line. In on the tackle for Hamilton Southeastern, number 43, which would be Austin Hogan. So a big loss back, to the 47-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, tough call here. You certainly want to keep things alive, but you got to be real careful with the ball.
So 3rd down and 9. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 4 down linemen for Hamilton Southeastern. Cole will work from the shotgun. Drops back, looks, fires down the middle, and it's intercepted, tip ball, and it's finally brought down. Ritzig with the initial tip, and Taylor McDougal comes down with the ball just like you practice at tip drill. And Hamilton Southeastern will have the ball 1st and 10 at their 29-yard line. So Avon turns the ball over, but now we've got officials discussing this at the 29.
There is a flag on the play.
And the flag is back at the Avon 46-yard line. That's what they are looking. Roughing the passer is going to be called against Hamilton Southeastern. The Orioles dodge a huge bullet as the penalty by the Hamilton Southeastern defense is going to give Avon a first down.
And they already moved the chain, so this will be interesting.
Didn't initially see the penalty flag. It was back here at around the 46-yard line, and they are marking it. The ball was at the 48, or the 47, they'll say, and now they'll tack on the 15 yards, and now they are very close to Niles Edwards' range. And head coach Scott May on the far sideline watched what was initially a turnover created by his defense turn into a 1st and 10 for the Oriole offense. Spot the ball at the Hamilton Southeastern 32. 1 minute, 17 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. Both teams with a pair of timeouts remaining. Johnson will stay in the shotgun, flanked by Baker and Green. Edwards to the near side, Batustik to the far. Double tight end. Johnson fires, fade, looking for Edwards, and he overthrows. Right idea. Edwards had a step, but the ball just slightly overthrown. That will bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock stops. 1:13 left to go in the football game. It would be a 48-yard field goal from here. And I'm sure they want to get this even closer. Johnson will stay in the shotgun. Same formation. This time they bring Batustik to the near side. They give it to Baker. Baker turns the corner to the 25, and he'll be run out of bounds. And he looks to have enough for an Oriole first down as they will spot the ball just outside the 20. It should be 1st and 10 Avon. Baker getting to the outside, turned the corner, got his shoulders squared, and he's finally run out of bounds, but it's a first down for Avon. Well within now Niles Edwards' range. And 1:06 remaining on the clock. Woolley, Edwards, Batustik. They'll all line up to the far side of the formation. Anthony Green will be the lone back with Cole Johnson. Tight end right. And this time on a keeper, he will try to go up the middle, and he'll finally be brought down after a gain of a couple. And now we will have the timeouts begin as the clock just under 1:59.5 seconds. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back. Tie game. You're watching Oriole football on ASO. Sullivan's Tire Plus is a proud supporter of Avon Oriole football on ASO, and they want to remind you that in order to receive a complete oil change for just $18.99, all you have to do is like them on Facebook. They have 2 locations, one in Danville and one at 8397 East US 36 in Avon. You can call them for all your automotive needs and questions at 317-272-5050 Monday through Saturday. Sullivan's Tire Plus, voted the best of Hendricks County for 3 years in a row. Orioles will have one timeout remaining. 59.5 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. We are tied at 14 apiece. A big roughing the passer penalty against Hamilton Southeastern kept the drive alive for Avon. And now they have the ball just inside the 20. It'll be 2nd down and 8 with the ball on the 19-yard line. Offense will break the huddle from around the sideline, and Coach Bless, do you give it a shot toward the end zone, or do you be conservative here and just try to make sure you're lined up for the field goal?
Well, taking a shot's not a bad idea if you make sure you don't turn the ball over. You know, they had Edwards, Jalen Edwards. You know, he certainly has the speed. If they do anything at all, it'll probably be to the outside. I can't see him putting the ball down the middle, but
Edwards is lined up to the near side. They will give it to Baker. Baker turns the corner to the 10, and he will take it inside to the 10-yard line. It will be enough for an Avon first down.
Great block by the tight end. Just really, just an outside zone handoff sweep really is what it amounted to, and the Avon tight end just swallowed up the defensive end. He got to the corner without any trouble at all and took it down inside the 10-yard line. They've got a couple of plays to play here, and they're certainly in field goal range, if nothing else.
It will be first and goal. The ball is on the 10-yard line. 51.5 seconds remain. We're tied at 14. This time Johnson under center, eye backfield. Gives the ball straight ahead. This is Green. He's met by the interior of that Southeastern defense and stacked up after a gain of about 1. Clock continues to move. Rather surprised that Coach May hasn't called a timeout. He's got 2 remaining, but he will let the clock wind down.
Well, it's second down. If he calls timeouts, that gives Avon extra plays. This way, if the clock runs down, then Avon's only shot here is with the field goal. So.
And the clock will continue to run down. 11 seconds on the play clock. There's about a 5-second differential. And it looks like they are going to let this one wind down on the play clock before Avon takes a timeout. So 6.1 seconds remain. And with the 2nd and 9, it is I believe that is Avon's final timeout. Still showing 1 left on the scoreboard, but I thought that was their final one. So 6.1 seconds remain, and we are tied at 14. The ball is spotted on the 9-yard line, and Niles Edwards is making his way out to the field all by his lonesome, and he is going to set this one up just beyond the 15-yard line. This will be a 25-yard field goal, and he is pretty much dead straight away.
Yeah, they've lined it up about as good as they can. This is where that extra time you spend on special teams certainly comes in handy. Both teams have battled very hard here tonight, but, Avon's hung in there. They had their backs to the wall a couple of times. They haven't given up. They made some plays when they had to. The coaching staff has shown confidence in the kids, and they've, put them in position here to win the game.
Looking to break a long losing streak over his coach, as Doug Eaton said. Lost their last 6, and now Coach May will call a timeout. So he's going to make Edwards think about it. While we have a moment, we will take our final timeout. This is Avon football on ASO. Tonight's broadcast of Avon Oriole football has been sponsored by Reynolds Body Shop. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Call them today at 317-243-2372. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. Along with Duggins and the coach, Brian Scott here, 6.1 seconds remain in the fourth quarter, 14-14. Niles Edwards on to kick a 25-yard field goal to put Avon up front. And now Coach May is going to use his second and final timeout. No more timeouts remaining for either squad. No sense in keeping him in your pocket any longer.
No, absolutely not. You're dealing with kids here. They still got to get the snap, protect, put the ball down, make the kick. You're hoping that little extra time that making them think about, and this is not just a kicker. The long snapper's got a big role here. The holder's got a big role. Everybody up front's got to do their job. So, lots of parts to the puzzle here that have to be accomplished, and this just gives them a little extra time to think about it.
Here we go, 6.1 seconds. No more timeouts for either team. Edwards on for a 25-yard field goal. Low snap, good hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. Niles Edwards pumps it through from 25 yards, runs down toward the 40-yard line, pumping his fist in the air. There is still 1.7 seconds remaining on the clock. But right now, Avon with a 17-14 lead with 1.7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, real clutch play by the Avon offense. Played hard, played smart down toward the end of the game. Made a couple big plays when they needed to. The penalty situation. I used to tell my teams that these kind of games come down to 4 or 5 plays. That both coaching staffs will sit in the locker room tomorrow and watch us and think, gee, if we hadn't had that penalty, if we'd have caught that ball, if we hadn't overthrown that receiver when he was wide open, there's a couple of plays that, they're going to haunt, hopefully, the Southeastern staff tomorrow. And, the Coach Bless and his staff, if things go like they should here in the last 2 seconds, tomorrow morning they're going to sit in there and coach the heck out of these kids and correct the mistakes that they made, but at the same time be happy that they showed the kind of character and courage that they did to hang in there against a top-flight football team and hopefully eke out and really earn this win. I mean, they played hard. They played smart. For a first game, I thought both teams executed pretty well. And, this is going to be a victory that hopefully they'll celebrate tomorrow, learn from it, and move forward and have a great year.
They put a few tenths of a second back on the clock. 2.3 seconds remain. 17-14 Avon. This ball will likely be squibbed down the middle of the field. And we'll wait for the hook and ladder to show up, as you've always got one of these plays in your book. It's a bit of an offside kick, but here's the pitch, and Avon will pick up the ball. David Griffith, it falls right into his hand. And that is the football game. Avon snaps the losing streak. They knock off Hamilton Southeastern in the 2012 season opener by the score of 17-14. We'll be back with some final thoughts after this. This is Avon Varsity Football on AudioSportsOnline.com, XRBRadio.com, and the Hendricks County Flyer. McDonald's is a proud supporter of Avon Brownsburg in Danville Athletics and is the home of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show, heard every Saturday morning on 1610 AM XRB and XRBRadio.com. Be sure to join us beginning August 18th from 8 to 9 a.m. for the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show with interviews of local coaches and student athletes. The show will be airing at the following locations. On August 18th, they'll be in Brownsburg on Main Street next to Marsh. On August 25th, at Avon at State Road 267 next to Kroger, and on September 1st in Danville on Main Street. The McDonald's in Avon, just off 267 and 36, invite you to join them for the grand reopening of their newly remodeled store. Be sure to join them on September the 8th at 2 p.m. for a special appearance by Ronald McDonald himself. In celebration of their reopening, there will be great $1 specials all day long, including the Cherry Berry Chiller. August 12th through 18th, all week long, stop by and enjoy a $1 Egg McMuffin and Big Mac. That's the grand reopening of the Avon McDonald's on 267 and 36. Welcome back to Oriole Stadium, along with Coach Dave Shelbourne and Doug Edens. I'm Brian Scott. The Avon Orioles snap the losing streak. They knock off Hamilton Southeastern tonight by the score of 17-14. It was a tough game. It's a tough game between two very good schools, and it was a back-and-forth type of game. Avon took the initial opening drive of the game. They marched it right down the throats of Hamilton Southeastern, and it was capped off when Cole Johnson found Nolan Woolley from 14 yards out, and Avon took a 7-0 lead. Hamilton Southeastern would come back using a little bit of razzle-dazzle, as it was is a halfback option pass from Roberts. He finds his receiver in the end zone for the touchdown, and it is a quick 7-7 game. That's the way it would stay after the end of the first half. Hamilton Southeastern would get the lead in the third quarter, as Risley would run it in from 2 yards out off of an interception by Zach Ritzig of Cole Johnson. And Hamilton Southeastern had their first lead of the game at 14-7. David Griffith, though, would make the big play of the game. He would come back with a 52-yard punt return for a touchdown. That evened the game up at 14. The Avon defense, they would have to make some tough stops. They come through, and then it was a big roughing the passer penalty against Hamilton Southeastern. It extended an Avon drive, and in the end, Niles Edwards, with 6 seconds left on the clock, he kicks the game-winning field goal from 25 yards out, and the Avon Orioles win this football game by the score of 17-14, snapping what I believe, as Doug Eden said, a 6-game losing streak, and putting the Avon Orioles, you got to think, right back into that title hunt for the HCC as they knock off Hamilton Southeastern.
Well, this is a game, a little bit ugly, a little bit of first game type thing, but, I mean, it really came down to special teams. If you look back on this, Hamilton Southeastern had a chip shot field goal early and missed. When things looked bad for Avon, their punt return team came out, made the huge play. When things were starting to look a little bleak, they ran the punt back 50 yards and put them back in the game. Then at the end of the game, they were able to put the nice little drive together. It took 3 timeouts down there. If they'd have had any more, they'd have kept taking them. And Niles Edwards, cool as can be, put the ball right down the middle. So, it was a good team effort. The offense played well when they had to. I think Cole Johnson did a good job. In his first start, the defense made some big plays when they had to. But again, special teams, one of those things that gets overlooked sometimes by the fans. Coaches certainly know how important it is, and this is a victory that they're gonna enjoy this tonight. And I'm sure Coach Bless and the staff will go in tomorrow, chew a little butt, for some of the things that need to be corrected. They'll certainly savor this victory, and in a long season, it may end up being, the key to the conference championship. But right now, I don't think that's what they're thinking about. I think they're taking these one at a time. You've got a long season in a tough conference. And, last year Southeastern beat Avon in the opener and got beat by Brownsburg. So in this conference, you better take them one at a time.
For Coach Bless, it's the first time he has defeated Hamilton Southeastern. That finally means he's beaten every one of the HCC schools, as Avon ran the table after the loss to Hamilton Southeastern last season. Coach Bless gets his first win against the Royals. Avon now 1-0 on the season. They'll make their first road trip of the year. They will travel to Westfield next week. That's a game you can hear. It'll be audio only on audiosportsonline.com. Meanwhile, Hamilton Southeastern, they'll fall to 0-1. Won't get any easier. They will be at home, but they will be playing what is predicted to be a very, very tough Fishers Tigers team. Again, these two schools over the past couple of years have pretty much traded body blows back and forth. And so Hamilton Southeastern doesn't get any easier. And matter of fact, if you look at Hamilton Southeastern's schedule, a murderer's row to start the season. They are here at Avon, they play Fishers, and then they have to go to Brownsburg. And that is 3 tough games for Hamilton Southeastern. The Orioles, as I mentioned, they will be at Westfield next week before they return home the following week against Harrison. We'll have that game for you here on audiosportsonline.com. I want to thank Doug Edens. He was our cameraman today, and you heard him for our halftime show. And for the coach, Dave Shelbourne, this is Brian Scott saying thank you for tuning in to Avon Oriole football on audiosportsonline.com, xrbradio.com, the voice of Hendricks County, and the Hendricks County Flyer, your county, your paper, the Hendricks County Flyer. Avon wins their 2012 season opener. They knock off the Hamilton Southeastern Royals by the score of 17-14. Until next time, so long, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Avon Oriole Football, presented by Reynolds Body Shop and xrbradio.com. Tonight's game was brought to you by Reynolds Body Shop, McDonald's, ABC Roofing, and Sullivan's Tire Plus. Avon Varsity Football is an audiosportsonline.com production.